Hi, YouTube. So yeah, this is me streaming on Friday because I ended up not streaming yesterday because DMV. Some people have asked several times why I have that restriction. For those of you not aware, if you donate that donation via any method, whether it's points or bits or direct donations or subs or Patreon, that's all. I think that's everything. Any of that, you can put it towards up to three things. And that's the plural voting system we've been using for a couple of years now at this point. That's worked out great. It gives people more options. It frees people up to vote for things they otherwise wouldn't. It allows for more trades. It's been a universally positive thing, but there's a caveat. If you want to add something to the list, you can only add one thing, and that's all you can do. You just add the one thing, and then nothing else, right? And some people have been asking why. First of all, the list is already over 400 items long. Let me just start with that. Uh, Second of all, I don't want to encourage people to do what has already happened, where someone would donate. This actually happened. Someone would donate like 20 bucks and say, "Hey, I want to add these 15 games to the list." Now, it wouldn't be the end of the world if those 15 games would then be funded pretty quickly, or I don't know if I had infinite time, for example. But neither of those things are true. Instead, what usually happens when people just rapid fire games onto the list like that is they sit there and they rot. Yeah, I have a term for that. I call it dead fruit. I've gotten a little bit more lax about culling the dead fruit from the list, but if you go to the website right now, well, actually, it's not up to date, but if you go to the website now, you can still see what I'm talking about. Go to the list. I'm pulling it up right here. And you happen to notice here, and if you sort by, shall we say, priority, which is the way you should be sorting, and you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you will see dozens upon dozens of games which have, $3 put towards it, $10. This has $1 put towards it. This has $1 put towards it. This one has 3, 6. There's another 1, 10. There's a bunch of stuff that's just kind of sitting down here. And I actually keep track of how long it's been since any given work had received a donation. And that's what I call the dead fruit stuff. The stuff that is literally just sitting down there and has been sitting down there for a while. Like, for example, if I look at this fact right here, let's see. I saw 4 there somewhere. Where was that? There it is. Black Mesa has not had anyone donated towards it in 419 days. I should probably actually call that. I tried. That has this didn't actually work out. Now, there's a caveat here. Some of those $1 games on the list are actually from me. And that's literally just there for paperwork. It's easier to keep track of if it's already on the list, put simply. Because the list, if you remember, is just an expression of the spreadsheet. In other words, it's easier to keep track of if it's on the spreadsheet. Yeah, it was before the Oblivion line, Max. At some point, we'll run out of games we've already reviewed. Here's another one. Civilization 7 has been undonated for 390 days. It should be Oregon Trail, not Oregon Trail. Yeah, this one hasn't been donated for a while though. But you get my point. I keep track of all this stuff. That's why that rule exists. Is it Oregon? It is Oregon Trail. All right. Sorry. You could hear I said that, right? It's my own personal way of keeping track. There's Oregon Trail, which most of you have probably played if you're anywhere near my age range. Oregon Trail is, and I'm going to be as nice about this as I possibly can, not really a game. I'm not trying to spit on it. It is actually a very historically significant game for video gaming history. It is one of the single biggest reasons why edutainment games took off and why most schools started being able to argue that they should have a computer in their computer science lab. This is not a joke. Like, you can actually track this. The history of Oregon Trail is fascinating. But it's barely a game. Like, it's one of those things which kind of qualifies as a game, not a video game. And I know you don't hear me use that terminology very often, but it is a distinction I retain. By contrast, Oregon Trail, which is you're in a car of fleeing the zombie apocalypse, same format, right? That is an actual video game, and I do actually want to stream that someday. Again, I should say, because we actually already streamed it before. Moving on. What's your question, Hazes, before I hit go? I guess I could start loading while I'm waiting, so let's just do. Right controller. Where's my Steam controller? This is a perfect game to try out the Steam controller on. But no. So, the reason, while I'm talking, while I wait for Hazardous, a game. No, I didn't, J-Palm. Give me 1 second. Any games that I've reviewed that got 0 positives. Quest 64. I know that one off the top of my head. A game is something that is interactive, that involves mechanics and playing and all that, but doesn't really have any actual depth to it. And if that sounds strange, let me just put it to you this way. Most of the Atari era games would be games as opposed to video games. Makes sense? And I know this sounds strange to my younger viewers, but for those of you who are around and those of you who played the Commodore games and the Atari games and all the other brick games, I call it the Atari era, but it's all that stuff from the 70s, right? Most of that stuff had like one mechanic, and that was it. How do you play Asteroids? Well, you spin and you shoot the asteroids and break them up. That's it. I just described the entire game to you, right? How do you play Pong? How do you play Yar's Revenge, right? All of those things are just, it's just a thing to do on the screen. It is essentially one mechanic, and that's it. That's a game. I'm not saying that as a dismissive. This is not one of those things about, it doesn't count. It's just mentally I keep that distinction clear because it's important, historically speaking, to notate when in the early 80s, video games, aka games with actual depth and mechanics and something to them, started showing up, right? I usually point to Super Mario Brothers as one of the first video games, not literally the first, but definitely one of the first bundle. And I talked about this when I was streaming Super Mario Brothers. It was actually considered wild that it was, at the time, it was considered a multi-genre game because it had multiple mechanics, because you could do multiple things at the same time, and it was so strange, and there was actual bespoke level design instead of randomly generated stuff or the same screen, but slightly harder, right? Space Invader, that's another good one, or Helicopter. These are all games. You get the point. Anyways, moving on. This is a video game. Okay, so with The Witcher 3 DLC officially announced, if I ever reviewed it, would the DLC get a plus for the fact that it got released 10 years afterward? No. However, would we consider the DLC? Yeah. I'm not going to give a positive to Age of Empires 2 for the fact that they're still supporting it. That's true. It's also distinct from Mobage. Now, I'll never review Mobage, ever. That's a line. I actually have a flag for that type of game. It's called an atrocity game. And you'll notice there are no atrocity games on the site, because I'll never review an atrocity game. But Mobage is designed very carefully to either have very minimal gameplay, which then tricks you into spending money on it, or actually no gameplay. Oh god, that's another example, Blade Duval. I'm not giving WoW bonus positives for the fact that it's still going 22 years later. FF14 would probably qualify too. We're at what, like the 10-year marker for FF14? Something like that. So, hang on. Jay Palmer asked a question, and I can't see it because it's scrolled off. Hang on, scroll up. Oh, the 0 positives. I actually did answer that. Sorry. Although, just for funsies, and then I'm going to start playing this game, I swear. Let's see if there's any other games with a 0% ratio. Let's see. Wrong direction. Okay, so games that got no positives whatsoever just on the story axis. Devil May Cry 2, Star Trek Shattered Universe, Tiny and Big, Ultima 1, Zelda 1. That's it, actually. And then on the gameplay axis, games... Come on. There we go. Games that got no gameplay positives whatsoever. Quest 64, Star Trek Shattered Universe. Legend of Spyro the Eternal Knight got 0 gameplay positives. Oh my god. Mr. Red! VTM, Vampire the Masquerade Coteries of New York. Yume Nikki. Spec Ops The Line? That doesn't sound right. Hang on. No, yeah. Spec Ops The Line got no gameplay positives. Yeah, that makes sense. Star Trek Resurgence. Yeah. And Echo the Dolphin. However, of those, only 2 games have received absolutely no positives. I already told you one, Quest 64, and the other one is Star Trek Shattered Universe. Which is just... Secret of the Stars still got positives. I'm almost positive. If you know what I mean. Yeah, no, Spec Ops The Line just kind of had an absence of gameplay. It didn't have a lot of negatives, but it didn't have any positives. So that does make sense now that I think about it. There it is. Secret of the Stars got 1 positive to story and 3 positives to gameplay. Yeah, no, exactly, Judo Joker. It was one of the reasons I was so frustrated to play an FPS with no gameplay positives. It was so goddamn generic. And then people yelled at me for not liking it because I'm American. And that's why I didn't like it, is because I don't like America being portrayed as the bad guys. So these are our, oh god, what are they called? Bonfires. Meditation spots. This is where we level. I mean, they're bonfires. They're bonfires. This game is a Souls-like. I've said that already. So, yeah, you can see whatever's are. This is a spot where you can level, spend points, get talents. I'm pretty sure you can fast travel between these. Don't quote me on that. And, of course, you know, that's your save point. That also respawns all the enemies, which is always funny to me, because you respawn stormtroopers, which is just... Like, is that how the Empire has so many stormtroopers? They just respawn them periodically by meditating? My lord, we've just lost 700 men on this offensive. No problem. That would be funny if it worked that way. I swear I saw an interaction thing. However. Hi, Trax, yeah.
Grease?
Not now. I got work to do.
But you're in hyperspace, dude. There's not a lot to do in hyperspace. See you around, Walker. Either way, no, Darkrai. Yeah, so Cal, something I've always liked.
That's all.
And I know I've gotten some flack for this opinion, and I can accept that. But something I've always liked is a lot of Jedi. This goes back to the EU as well. A lot of Jedi, a lot of Force users have like one thing that they're particularly good at, right? Oh, they can use the Force, they can push, they can pull, they can sense, whatever. But they usually have one thing that they just are very innately good at. And the idea is that that's the way they connect to the Force. That matches their personality, their mentality, whatever you want to call that, right? Yeah, there's a whole lesson about this from Kreia in KOTOR too. In the books, there was this Mon Calamari woman, I don't remember her name, forgive me, who was particularly good at being able to reach out and detect poisons and viruses and stuff like that within someone. In other words, she was a good healer, just in a more practical things. So Cal here, there's actually a term for this in fiction, I forget what it is, but he has touch empathy, right? He reaches out, he touches something, and he can connect with it. He can, like, sense things or feel things or see visions of what that thing has been through or, like, pull from it. So that's how he was able to play a song on an instrument he's probably never held in his life. Psychometry, that's it, thank you. I don't remember which book, Twister. Dark Jedi series, maybe? That sounds about right, actually. It was, she's one of the people who healed Mon Mothma when that jackass from... I don't remember the name of the planet, some previously Imperial planet, throws his drink on her. And it turns out that that was all a ploy because the drink had this virus. And so she sat there and very, very, very slowly extracted the virus from her. I don't remember that scene specifically. Anyway, so he's got psychometry. And that is a really cool thing to put in a video game character specifically, because what this means is now we can actually interact with stuff and get lore. This is a great storytelling mechanism.
I wrote it. Years ago. You touch an object and witness events connected to it.
Yeah, thanks for telling me what I just did.
History.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. Okay, this is a good time, as I didn't mention. I love this game to death. There is some weird forced writing in this game, pun intended. And I am going to jot down a negative for dialogue while we're here, because every now and again it's like, game, I have a functioning brain. Game, please, you're doing so well.
It's an echo in the force from the object.
Not many Jedi have that skill.
How would you know that?
I was once a Jedi, but not anymore.
Do I know you?
No. But I knew your master, Jaro Tapal. He was a true guardian of the Republic.
He was a hero. Listen. Something happened to me during the Purge. I survived, but my connection to the Force is damaged. When I meditate, if I let my guard down, I lose control. And it's like I'm back in that moment when...
You survived, Cal. And you're not alone.
Okay, I'm sorry. I know that mental help doesn't exist in Star Wars, but really, I wish she'd just been like, yeah, it's called post-traumatic stress, you dingus. You went through something horrific. Of course your connection to the Force is damaged. Duh! It's okay, we're here. We're here to help. You can talk it through, yeah.
Not anymore.
We're coming up on our destination.
Also, I'm sorry to keep giving negatives to this game, but that was dumped way too early. Like, we have received so much characterization for Cal, and all of it was good until he decides to just start expositing to Sari for effectively no reason. Ah, this area. Probably my second least favorite planet of the game.
A Jedi I knew discovered it before the Purge. You won't find it on any maps.
The Empire doesn't know this place exists.
No.
So, what's the plan? We hide out here?
We're done hiding, Cal. See that structure over there? I believe that vault holds the key to rebuilding the Jedi Order. But it requires someone strong in the Force to pass its test.
And since you're not a Jedi anymore, that's why you need me.
I know you don't trust me. And I'm not really sure I trust you. But we have a common enemy. And a common cause.
This is Deborah Wilson, right? Because this is so bad. I'm sorry. Where did this come from? I'm sorry. This... What? Listen, Darkrai. You're the chosen one, okay? As you know, you are named after a Pokemon. Like, this is so... What? And it's not like Deborah Wilson isn't a great actress, but she feels like she's sleepwalking through these lines. Probably because the lines themselves are bad. This is so weird, because we know this very game can do good dialogue. We've already seen it. In fact, we've seen it twice. Once with Prof, which is obvious. Everything about Prof was phenomenal. You can tell they put some extra time and effort into him. But the other is actually with the second sister. I was rewatching some of my own footage as I was typing up my positives. Did you notice how much establishment the second sister had in just a few scenes? When she's giving the recital and demanding everyone deal with her and blah, 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 the actress has this wonderful note of boredom in the back of her brain. Like, her performance is just, this is, okay, yep, do this, and whatever. I guess we'll do this, and all that. Even when she kills Prof, there's no enjoyment like you would expect from a dark side user. It's just, all right, and now you're dead. And I'm exaggerating slightly. She was doing a much more subtle approach to what I am trying to portray to you. The only time she showed any emotion was in her second major scene. Because when she... Oh, the opening hour is so good. When she starts fighting us, when we have our tutorial fight with her and we learn about red attacks, hate red attacks, by the way, there's this thing where she says a line about which Jedi laid down their life so that you might live. And there's this extra emphasis on the word. And it's the first time she sounds like she's feeling anything. In this case, of course, anger. Now, I'm not going to spoil her character or her backstory, but you can see characterization slipping through the cracks of her mask, metaphorically, right there in her second scene. You can see her being established and her arc and her connection to Cal. And it's like, oh, okay, I'm with you. Because she is a counterpoint. She is what Cal could have been if the events of Order 66 had not gone the way they did. I believe so, Judo Joker. That's not how she spells her name, which I only know because I've typed it so many times. Let me double check myself here. I'm pretty sure this is Deborah Wilson. Yeah, all the Inquisitors are pretty messed up. That's sort of kind of how that works. Yeah, for a while there, Deborah Wilson was like in every single game for just a hot minute. Let's see here. So she did a lot of background voice work in StarCraft 2, World of Warcraft, Halo 3, Fallout New Vegas, Infamous 2, Elder Scrolls Online. This is all just background characters, right? And then she played Amanda Waller in Batman Enemy Within. She played Grace Walker in Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, 2 named characters. She was Izzy in Just Cause 4, she's Sienna in Guild Wars 2, and she started getting more and more named characters from this point onwards. She's here. Yep, it is her. I was right. She plays Draka in Shadowlands. I forgot about that. She's in Bugsnax. She's in Persona 5. She's Savathun in Destiny 2. Also F, Destiny 2. She's apparently in League of Legends, too. She was in God of War, the recent God of War stuff. She was in Star Trek Resurgence, speaking of. But you get my point. She's just all over the place all of a sudden. I don't mind. She's a great actress. I'll think about it, J. Palmer. I'll have to hear it when we get to it. But first, I'll have to say thank you to 2Basemaster for the sub. Thank you to 2Basemaster for the sub. Always appreciate you. Give me a second. I'll jot that down. Hey, it's Miristar. And I'll put that towards Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Well, strategy. Okay. Oh, no, Deborah Wilson's great. I don't think she's quite as good as Cherami Leah. But, I mean, inches amongst miles, right? Like, when you get to the best of the actors, it's just, how do you rate them against each other? The answer is you don't. They're all S tier. Moving on. Here you go. Here's your platinum medal. Moving on. I wanted to jot down that. I'm going to get rid of this. Okay. Sorry about this. So back to our terrible cutscene.
I'll share more of my plan after you reach the vault. But until then, there's someone here I think you should meet. May the Force be with you.
I'm acting on instinct. Steve Blum is another interesting example because anybody who knows Blum, who's actually looked at his career, knows
I'm looking for a Jedi then.
he has tremendous range.
Why does Seer need me?
Which you've never heard because everyone always wants him to do what is essentially his natural voice. Like, if you ever heard him speak, his gruffly, growly, rocks voice, that's pretty close to just his normal voice.
Little guy.
Yeah, you generally don't recognize Steve Blum when he's using his range. That tends to be how that works out. Oh, really? I think I need push for that. Alright. Yes, Magister. She was Speaker Brinth. She was the one who spoke in a bit of an interesting cadence that was not quite robotic, but still definitely leaning itself in that direction. Titans.
Looks like a safe place to meditate. Just need to focus my mind.
Okay, sure, whatever. Is that the meditate button? So let's see, Darko. That's actually a good question. This is a save point. Save points are save points. Would you like to spend skill trees? Hello, PB Goodfate. Would you like to learn overhead slash? Spend a skill point to learn overhead slash. In order to learn the tutorial, use the tutorial in the tutorial menu. Yeah, not quite robotic. That's the thing. Because the Earthen are not robots. That's sort of the whole point, really. Let's see. Evo asked me something. She said, why is there a cute droid here?
Hey, BD1.
It's not a Star Wars without a cute droid.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm looking for someone. No, not you. I'm searching for a Jedi, I think. Hold on. You know the Jedi? What do you know? Wait, hold on.
You know what's really funny to me?
Did you just slice that? Thanks.
No, I'm dead serious about this. The Star Wars games, I call everything a game. I call my car a game. Star Wars fiction, it really is in love with its cute droids. But there's two reasons I don't mind. Number one, it's kind of the flavor of Star Wars at this point, right? It's more or less expected that you have a cute droid to some extent or another. And that droid, in order for it to be a cute droid, it cannot speak English. That's important. It has to convey its communication without words, which is something that Star Wars is extremely good at. That's the second reason, is it tends to make its non-speaking droids really well characterized. Like, speaking as someone who wasn't a big fan of the sequel trilogy, even I can't remember his name, BD1 or whatever, the Rolly dude, right? And obviously R2-D2 is the one who started this, but we've had several examples. Was it BB-8? I don't remember that much. We've had several examples of this over the years, and it's kind of a thing. It's kind of a Star Wars thing. And I've actually even theorized about this, if you remember. I think one of the reasons they succeed so much at this is because you literally have to work harder to characterize someone who doesn't speak. You can't be lazy about it. I mean, you can, but at that point, all you have is just a block, and nobody wants to care about a block. So the motion capture, the model designer, the storyboarder, the animators all need to do a little bit of extra work in order to make the droids work. And that humanizes them because actual effort was put into them, and here we are. So in some works, that's true, Blade Turfall. I'll actually give you that with the Android droid. But you get my point, though. They have to try harder, and because they try harder, the characters are better for it. Like I was trying to say, I've seen several droids who don't speak, who are better characterized in the work they're in, than the human beings walking around. Anyway, so Evo asked a question, which I missed. Could you repeat it? No, it's Blue Felix. I got another question. I'm behind on questions. Jump. So yeah,
You're mentioned. Whoever I'm supposed to find must be waiting there.
So there's our map. One of the things I remember liking a lot about this game is the map. It's Metroid Prime levels of good map design, or the modern Dooms. Look at that. Look at that map. Look at that. That is, I know you can only see like 2 rooms right now, but this is a shockingly well-designed map. First of all, it is actually modeled after the terrain, but it's not literally modeled after the terrain. It is actually still stylized. In other words, we get the inference of what we're looking at without the literal thing. For example, I can tell that this is a pathway over here. This is where I was looking the one way, and once I get the walk on walls feature, I was waiting until you told me Blue Helix. This is a way I could go. This is obviously a sheer wall. This is a pit I could just crawl up. There's a yellow interaction here. There's a red interaction here. And that's another thing. There's some color coding, too, to enable me to see, this is this and that is that. Cool. And, obviously, you have a general idea of where you're going, which is going to be very helpful on some of the more labyrinthine maps. And it's also kind of hard to see, but there is a little bit of terrain inference there, too, which is going to be helpful on some of the areas as well. So it's a very freaking good map. Okay, so how does this game compare to other Souls-likes in terms of difficulty? I'm about to say something very unpopular. Most of the Souls games I've played have not been particularly difficult. Now, there have been a few which I think are properly difficult, but honestly, of the ones I have played, I would say that the most properly difficult Soulsborne game I've played was Bloodborne. Sorry, I lost the name for just a second. It was Bloodborne. Bloodborne had a lot of proper difficulty, and end statement, I suppose. And that's awesome. I enjoyed Bloodborne for what it was. I wish I could have played it on PC at 60 FPS, but you know, that's never happening at this point. Because drama. So, yeah, Bloodborne does push for aggressive combat, and my point is, some Souls-like games are properly difficult, like Dark Souls 1 or 3. Some of them are just bullcrap, like Dark Souls 2, and what little bit of Demon Souls I've played. I have not played the remake, though, so I don't know if that changes. Some of them kind of drift in between. Like, Sekiro is mostly an extremely properly difficult game, except for the occasional bullcrap. Elden Ring was a very strange one. Decently properly difficult, but actually probably one of the easiest of the Soulsbornes I've played. That's not an insult, by the way. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I think it's just because they made the game so well that there was so much you could do about stuff, but I'm getting off topic. But anyways, point I'm trying to reach here is that of the Soulsborne games I have played, I would probably still put Bloodborne at the actual top of difficulty. And immediately below that, I would probably put this game. Or Sekiro. Actually, I'm going to say Sekiro instead, because I usually don't think of Sekiro as a Soulsborne game. I shouldn't do that. I should do that. So, Bloodborne, Sekiro, Jedi Fallen Order. Now, that is obviously referring to the hardest difficulties, but you get the point, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, it's also worth noting that a lot of Soulsborne games tend to vary substantially in difficulty, but compared to stuff like Code Vein or Stranger of Paradise, or even Hollow Knight, which I do think counts, how do I leave the map? How do I stop mapping? Oh, it wants me tutorial first. Of course it wants me tutorial first. Can I leave the map now, please? Please. How do I leave the map? Oh god, I'm stuck in the map forever. Please let me leave the map. Hey, there we go. Woo! I would call this game very properly difficult. By memory, I can't think of any fight that was bullcrap difficulty. We'll see if that holds up upon replay. Yeah, the map's great, and they want to make sure you know that.
Any ideas? Gotta get across this gap somehow. The zip line?
I should jot down a character positive for BD1 right now. What? It's gonna happen. What do you want from me? Well, it's funny you say that, Rax, because that is the difficulty I primarily played as, if you remember.
How'd you know that would work? Wait, you didn't?
Because, yeah, if you remember, I did poke at the highest difficulty, and it's just time-consuming. And, I mean, as long as that's an option, I don't mind that, but it's hard for me to call something that's just arduous difficult. Yeah, let me pop this really quick here. Wrong button. And yeah, if you ever want to just breeze through this game, crank it down. Which, for the record, is also a good thing. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Easy mode should be easy. I mean that. I actually consider it bad design if you crank the difficulty down and the game is not easy. Can I not climb this? Okay. Oh, I feel bad. Well, most of the positives I have front-loaded here are all things that are question marks. That's note-taking. So I don't forget.
That thing looks like it smells worse than Grease does.
Oh yeah, so here's our first optional fight. So I am not in the zone. My hand is still having issues. So this should be fun. Especially since I can't seem to lock on. There we go. Nope, and we're dead. I'm almost positive this is exactly what I did last time, too. It's just beeline for this enemy and then died to it a few times. Yeah, I also cannot heal at the moment. Let's try it a couple more times, just for funsies. Although, I think I actually have access to this right now, because I do have slow. Well, I mean, I suppose that's fair. I am going to give a positive to BD1 and Second Sister and all those, but a lot of that is because I've already played this game.
What is this place?
Yeah, I didn't think so. Oops, wrong one. Just hit the wrong thing here. So I don't have pull yet. I think I could get over here, though. Right? No? No? Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I swore I could do this now. So this is one of those... if it's not obvious because this is a Soulsborne game, this is also a Metroidvania. Yeah, if it cost force points to do this for the, you know, for the puzzles, I'd be a little more pissed than I am. You know, that's an interesting question, Darkrai. There we go. Thought I could make that.
The Jedi used this place to study the sphere above. I can still feel the excitement.
And the terror. The endless terror! Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, by the way, it's also a Souls-like game because there's shortcuts everywhere. And physics bugs. You gotta have physics bugs. So yeah, all the machinery there is being maintained by this thing called the Beast, right? Alright. One more attempt. Maybe two. It was at the time, so since then I've played a few more. I've played Strange the Paradise. I have played, the aforementioned Code Vein. Bull crap! What? Ah! What was that? That really threw me. Damn it. Way too early. Okay, one more attempt. One more attempt. Has there been a game I've liked with a bad intro? I feel like the answer to that is yes. Oh, yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy X too. But that's low-hanging fruit. I feel like there's a better answer for that. Let me think about that for a second. Can I count trails? I'm kidding. Don't kill me, please. Where the hell am I? Right. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, Final Fantasy XIV, and for that matter, every MMO ever. That feels like that's cheating, though, because that's literally every MMO. Name an MMO that has nailed the intro, and I will call you a liar. Okay, take two. This time without the tutorial pop-up, freezing my game. Wow. Okay. One more attempt. One more attempt. For real. Oh yeah, I gotta have the runbacks. You can see the format of the fight there. Oh yeah, I guess he has all my force points, doesn't he? Yeah. Not that I have a lot at this point.
Careful over there. That doesn't look safe.
You're one to talk, Cal.
At the scrapyard.
God damn it. So I just hit the B button, which obviously is not the B button. This Xbox controls.
Hold on, BD1. I'm coming.
I can't think of a better example than 10-2. I absolutely for those who are not aware, I despise 10-2's intro. I actively despise. I hate it. I also think it is more, like, objectively bad. I think it will not review well, put simply. I love the game. I've replayed that game so many times.
Whoever lived here used this room for storage. They kept food and supplies.
I mean, there's J-pop, but that's it has many problems other than that. As a reminder, Brother is the worst in the intro. Hang on, it wouldn't be a Souls-like game without...
Hey, that was pretty brave. You okay? Wait, I can help you with that. Will you let me? Oh, okay. Well, your scomplink is busted, but this should help you get moving for now. Okay, try that. The vault. Yeah, that's where I was headed to. Okay, well, first we gotta figure out a way out of this place.
I'm just curious if anything carried over now. What? Let me just hit the wrong button there. Yep, that's what I wanted to do, was to hit the wrong button and see a whole intro. Because I hit the wrong button. Okay, take two. Yeah, looks like I didn't keep, like, any of my stuff. Oh, well. Okay.
BD, that's a little small for me. Don't worry, I'll find my own way out. Tight fit, but this should work.
Let's look around here. Which is in the intro, which is what I just said. I do think Brother is irritating. But it's unrelated? Why did you not? Okay, that was strange. I mean, Cal feels like a yellow user. I hate stink bugs. Oh, wow, he's got some good grip. Look at that. Jump to the side, please. There we go. Didn't do that earlier. I was wondering why it was forcing me to take damage.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
alright.
We've got to unlock healing.
Healing stim. You're full of surprises. That's better. Thanks, little droid. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, okay. Here, hop on board.
So now we have a health indicator. And can I just say how brilliant that is? I mean that.
How'd you get here?
Because his color will change to indicate your health in case you don't see it in the lower left.
Forgetful droid. Can't argue with that.
Yeah, there's our shortcut. I told you, it's Souls-like. We gotta have shortcuts everywhere.
Hey, a chest. Think the Jedi would mind if we grab supplies? So what was in there?
A cosmetic. For me.
That's where we need to go. I can feel it.
Why is there just bottomless pits everywhere?
Scanning again? You mapped everywhere we've been.
The map is still amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, I thank you. I actually don't mind having 2 health bars on the... But that's because I have this weird thing where... Yes, I know, okay, thank you. Mandatory tutorials. I have this weird thing where the more central my health is in a game, like literally more center to the screen, the easier it is for me to see it. So having BD1 right there in the middle helps me to see my health, whereas down in the lower left, I just have issues with that. That's a me issue. I'm never going to ding a game for that. It's just, I like it when a game gives me the option. Looks like I can't do that yet. Grab this spot really quick. Resting will respawn enemies. Yes, I understand how this works. Thank you, game. I've played video games before. I shouldn't say that. It's just irritating sometimes how handholdy this tutorial can be.
This tool was used by someone eager to reach the vault.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Down only. Double check. Yeah. How do we feel with the music around here? I'd ask Eva about the brickwork, but I know she's busy right now. So here's a frog that isn't a boss. Come on, game. That's actually a good point, Blue Pellets. The thing in the middle is for the immediacy. The thing lower left is just HUD, as you say. And yeah, you see though? I got the red. Well, okay, if BD. There you go. See? Red. We are low on health. Red. That's our raspberry jam. I'm with it. It's a good indicator. This should be an unlock, I think. I'm trying to remember. It has been a few years since I played this. Way back. Oh, hang on one second. Let me check something. I mean, we actually do have precedents for Raspberry Jam positives. Whenever a game does something, you know, to indicate health in a really cool or interesting way, as opposed to bullcrap, that tends to be a positive. Is that something I can knock over? I think that requires push. Excuse me.
Can I get some aid?
Yes. Hi, Dakota. fine. What? Go. Do it.
Thanks, BD1.
But yeah, they do tricks with rendering to make sure that that light on the back of BD1's head is pretty much always visible and distinct from everything else. Again, health bar. Let's go ahead and meditate. Might as well. Let's see. It absolutely did blow off Alex, because yeah, that's another excellent example. Whoa, I just hit my headphones all over the place here. It's another excellent example of a game that has a really good Raspberry Jam. Debate. Let's work on this. Let's work our way towards these. Because, yeah, I'm going to be using that ability a few times. The worst Raspberry Jam? Oh, jeez. I believe the worst negative for Raspberry Jam I've ever given is for Pokemon Red. The absolutely ear-piercing nature of the low health Beetle Leaps, which, because it's a Game Boy game, actually overrides parts of the music, too. Yeah, Modern Warfare 3, most of the Call of Duty games have pretty bad Raspberry Jam. That's actually where the trick comes from.
BD1, over here.
And, yeah. But I don't know, when it comes to
Thanks, BD1.
that kind of thing, that's the one that comes to my mind immediately. It's just being like, oh my god. Shut up. Yes, most Metroid games are pretty bad. In fact, I think Metroid games didn't start being decent about that until Dread, I want to say. Dread or Samus Returns, one of the two. Let's see if I can make this. Nope, not even close. Not even close. Off the top of my head, I'm struggling to come up with one that's worse.
Oh? Well done.
I mean, Sonic's out-of-breath noise is certainly panic-inducing. I'm not sure if it counts as Raspberry Jam, as weird as that sounds. Oh, here we go. So now we can do this.
Try again.
It's difficult, Master.
Yes, the path is difficult. It may seem impossible, but with persistence and the Force as your ally, you will overcome any obstacle. You will master any path. Now, do what you must to reach me.
And yeah, that's Travis Willingham, aka Terrellian, and a whole bunch of other actors. Or roles.
Good. Again. Now, reach my position.
I did it. Persistence and the Force is my ally. Just remembering old tricks.
He's done a bunch of work over the years, especially for Blizzard. I shouldn't say that. Most good actors have voiced for Blizzard at some point in their careers. honestly, duh, right? As a reminder, Blizzard was one of the very, very first groups to immediately recognize and acquiesce to all points to the voice actors union when it finally got started just a few years ago. They were like, yep, done.
Think you can show me that shortcut again?
Let's go. How do you wall run without the Force, Von Falkenstein? This isn't Titanfall. Get out of here. Also, you did notice that that is essentially just the Titanfall thing, right? Not a dig. It's just funny that they managed to sneak that in here. This was after Titanfall 2, right? Does anybody know? No, exactly, Master. It's one of the reasons that was such a strange thing.
Whoever owned this bag brought it from Coruscant. They were frustrated with the Jedi Council.
Who wouldn't be? I mean, honestly. What's the wrong button? Oh, it didn't say. I mean, have you met the Jedi Council? Oof.
This area was used for meditation. There's someone familiar with the Jedi Order.
Oh god, who's worse, the Tor Jedi Council or the prequel era Jedi Council? Because they're both bad for completely different reasons. The Tor Jedi Council was just another council. They were a functioning arm of the Republic, and all of that implied. The prequel era Jedi Council were negligent, is the word I want to use. And yeah, this is when Vader was off doing guard duty stuff. We don't talk about the KOTOR Jedi Council. Let me double check something. We did that. We can't do that yet. We can reach that. Yes, stagnant is a good word. It's the Bentusi all over again. When you've been winning for millennia, you know. Or however long it had been at that point.
Where are you going? Something we can use?
Shortcut unlocked. Yeah, exactly, Trihexia. Like, I've actually thought about this before. If Palpatine was much stupider and or much weaker, then there's a decent chance the Jedi Council would have been able to handle him, right? They just got really unlucky in that the first Sith to really move against them in generations was freaking Palpatine. I mean, even Dooku was causing him issues.
Good timing.
Force wounds aside from KOTOR 2? Depends on who you ask. Several people argue that Alderaan created a Force wound. The place, not any people, obviously.
Sorry about your scalp link, but standing up to that bog rat, pretty brave. Come here, BD1. Come back here.
Ignore the crate dragon. It's fine. It's fine.
Something was in there.
It's okay. What's canon today probably won't be canon 10 years from now. Because that's how that works. Remember, canon, I've said this several times, canon just means this is what the current owners of an IP say counts. That can change at any point in time. At the whims of people who didn't write it, or create it, or honestly don't even have any investment in it. People in suits decide what canon is.
Racy there? Whoa, it's on.
Look how muddy this is.
We're not finished yet. Okay, you probably would have won. Probably.
Yeah, exactly. People good fate. Headcanon is such an interesting concept, too. No judgment in any direction there. Because some headcanon can be silly, but most headcanon is necessary. Like, most people, players, viewers, readers, whatever, have to kind of come up with their own canon, because canon just doesn't make sense. My favorite example of that is Star Trek. If you take all of the Star Trek episodes, so what's usually considered alpha canon, as canon, then you're insane, because just the shows contradict themselves constantly. And it's, I mean, you could zoom in further. Just TNG, for example, contradicts itself all over the place. TOS contradicts itself, etc., etc. Never mind TNG and TOS contradicting each other. You have to headcanon. So that's when you get the shoulder cannon. Then when I. Oh, yeah, no, the, what was that stupid thing called? What was the name of that stupid ship? The starfighter that could launch torpedoes that could supernova suns. Sun Crusher, there it is, the Sun Crusher. God. The EU has plenty of dumb stuff. We all know this. Anybody who's ever dipped their toes into the EU knows there's a lot of dumb stuff in the EU. Yeah, exactly. That's why we headcanon. No. Bogano. Just jotting down some notes. Don't mind me. That's horrific, Lord Harriman. God, I would stop watching anything ever if that was true. Okay, I actually liked the Darksaber. I'm sorry. No, I did. If I can be... For those of you who haven't read Darksaber, it's probably the only Kevin J. Anderson book I've ever liked. Partially because it was just so ridiculous. But hear me out for a second. So the Hutts get together and like, we want a super laser so we can roll up and, you know, intimidate people into giving us money. This is such a Hutt plan in so many ways. So they're like, yeah, we're going to do this and we're going to be able to boss everyone around. It's going to be great. And so they decided, they get Bevel Lemelisk and they're like, hey, build us a new Death Star. I was like, well, you don't need the whole Death Star, do you? There were several backing him. It wasn't just Durga. But yeah. But the thing I liked about it is that they were so... Durga was so stupid that he kept trying to cut corners on costs while building a super weapon. And so... Forgive me for spoiling a major moment. So, small spoilers for the Darksaber novel. Spoilers. Right towards the end, they finally launch the thing, and like the ship is having issues instantly. So they go into an asteroid belt, and there's some asteroids coming out, and Durga's like, "Oh, blast these asteroids! Get them out of my way!" Like, sure thing. And they go to fire it, and there's like this weirdly loud chonk in the background, and this rumbling noise, and nothing happens. And then the asteroids crush the Darksaber at the end. Durga's dead. It was so perfect. There's also this wonderful line. The Hutts forgot one of the most key principles of all business. You get what you pay for. Oh, let's not even get into Centerpoint. I'm so sorry, Ross. Centerpoint is probably the stupidest of the super weapons in Star Wars. I mean that. Oh. Yeah, it's a device that can grab planets and reposition them through hyperspace. And everything that implies.
You all right, BD?
Well done.
So speaking of amazing actors,
You have passed the test I left behind and gained access to the vault and this recording, one of many encrypted log stored.
speaking of World of Warcraft, here's Khadgar.
Eno Cordova. I may not know your name, but I know your purpose. The fate of the Jedi Order lies in your hands. This place, this vault, is a sacred temple, built by a vanished civilization known as the Zepho. Meditating here, I was granted a premonition through the Force, a vision of doom. I have placed inside this vault a Jedi holocron, containing a list of the names and locations of young Force sensitives throughout the galaxy. Ahead, you will find the inner chamber of the vault, but also another test. I can only trust this holocron to someone who has followed my path and understands. Seek out the hidden tombs of the three sages and learn to perceive the mysteries of the Force as the Zepho once did. In this droid, you will find everything you need to succeed on this journey. Go to the Zepho homeworld. There, you will find peace in the eye of the storm. Good luck, Jedi. And may the Force be with you.
I guess you were the someone I was supposed to meet. You know, I've been alone for a while now. Without any purpose, just hiding. There's no way to live. Not for a Jedi. Or a droid. Maybe Seer was right. Maybe we're done hiding. Hey, you want to meet some, friends of mine?
You see why I get so frustrated when the cutscenes are so bad? It's because the rest of the cutscenes are so good. It's so weird. The contrast. I mean, I guess that's normal nowadays. Whatever. Yeah. Let me jot something down really quick here. Hang on. Wrong button. Wrong button. There we go. I mean, the Corellia system, you don't really have to retcon all that hard. Just say there's Corellia and we're done. Like, most of the works of Star Wars never reference how insanely profitable and like, Gaia-crafted the Corellia system is. It only really shows up when they decided to start talking about Centerpoint Station in that specific trilogy of books. You get my point, though. It barely matters, right? Most of the other big powers of the core worlds didn't need a crafted by the ancients star system to be the big powers, right? Now, 1 second, Starscream. I didn't miss you. I just wanted to jot something down. We only, to my knowledge, since then, we've only gotten a couple of snippets of Corellian. Like, literally 2, I want to say. Don't quote me on that, though. Also, if you're watching on the VOD, Malachor, don't forget, the Emperor's Hand are exactly like the Inquisitors. Alright, yeah, we know the CEC exists. They do mention, even as far back as the original trilogy, that Corellian is the name of a ship builder, right? So, you know, Corellian branded ships is it's one of those little, I talk about this a lot. One of the things George Lucas is good at is just kind of casually name dropping things in ways that imply but don't really go into it, just as a form of background world building. And Corellian ships is something like that. I don't remember the first time we hear Kuat. I know CNR, that's the TIE Fighter people, was mentioned over in the prequel trilogy. Yes, the Millennium Falcon is a Corellian YT-2300, I want to say. And I'm probably ousting myself a little bit, because I'm probably pretty close on that number. 1300. I was one number off. For the record, I don't even like the Millennium Falcon. It's just, I love... So, in-universe, Corellian ships pride themselves on their customization, their modularity. The whole idea is that you're supposed to be able... I was off by 1! 2300 versus 130. I was off by 1. The whole point is that they sell ships that you can mod. It's like Hondas in real life, if you're familiar with the modding scene in cars. At least how Hondas used to be. I know that's not true anymore. 1! I had 1 digit off. Yeah, Winnebago, that's another one. Yeah, meanwhile, Kuat is like, here's the ship. These are the specs of this ship. Kuat makes the Star Destroyers, for a bit of perspective. Yeah, Kuat puts out Dragon Age Inquisition. Corellian CEC, they put out Skyrim. Here, take my geek card. I don't even care. Do you think I want to be part of the Star Wars fandom? The Star Wars fandom is one of the worst and most toxic fandoms I've ever encountered. And I've encountered a lot of them. I had to ban discussing things about Star Wars in my Discord for like a year. Because even my viewers, who are pretty chill and cool in general, could not stop attacking people over it. I've never met any Silent Hill fans, I don't think. I've certainly never been a part of that fandom. And since I'll never play another Silent Hill game again, here we are. Okay, so how do I... Can I? Let's find out. Mon-Cal ships are extremely non-modular. They're similar to Kuat ships. The catch is Mon Calamari ships are decentralized.
Think I found what you wanted me to see.
Sounds like you did. We'll be waiting.
The most toxic Trek fans I get. I've gotten some toxic Trek fans. In my channel, actually. God damn it.
Throw it! Hurry!
Give me the health! Jesus, game. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way, Blue Alex. And probably for the same reason. I'm not sure I would count myself as part of any fandom at this point, honestly. Oh no, I've seen some very, very hard right people. I don't mean right-leaning people. I mean hard right people who just absolutely cause some toxicity in the Trek fandom. It's the nicest possible way I can phrase that. Random dinosaur.
Oh?
So what do I mean by decentralized? So most ships have a bridge, and that bridge controls everything. And then there's usually a couple of other very individual spots where a lot of other things come together, like the engineering room. To use a comparison example, on Star Trek, most ships, there's 2 points, and if you take over either of those points, you've basically taken over the entire ship. That's main engineering and the bridge, right? By contrast, Mon Calamari ships have so many redundant systems and so many redundant control sectors that if you lose the bridge, you can keep fighting on the ship. And if you lose the secondary bridge, you can keep fighting on the ship. It's redundancies. That's what I mean by decentralized. It's kind of exactly what it sounds like. Looks like I haven't been this way. Let's go and hop down here. Have I been this way already? Am I stupid? I might be stupid. No. Usually, yeah, J. Palmer. Rotating shift. Yeah, no, I have not been this way. I'm right. I'm right.
What?
I thought forced me back for the cutscene.
My friend, it appears the Zepho had some interest in Dathomir. Strange. For such a peaceful culture to have any sort of fascination with a place so dark.
Interesting. Destination unlocked. Dathomir.
I'll check it out. Good job.
But yeah, like I said, I'm not sure I belong in any actual fandom. Trek is probably as close as I've ever gotten. You know, I did used to go to conventions, I did used to circle the
Could be a
scene,
lot quicker than the way in.
stuff like that. That's a good question. I don't actually know, Blue Alex. I know there has been at least some pushback against the remakes, but every time I've streamed the remakes, and when I did the Resident Evil series recently, like, everyone was cool. I even had a few people poke their heads and like, hey, what's up? What do you think of this? Oh, yeah, it's good. So, I don't know. I've never been a part of that space. I don't have push yet, so I can't do anything with those. Can I get over there? Probably not. I'm going to try, though. Done! Okay. Oh, hey, there's Mr. Jackass. I do have the ability to heal now, but I'm also low on health and don't have full health things. Just clip through the ground there really quick. I mean, I don't want to go too much into the weeds on this. I've known people who are staunchly anti-black racists who really like Deep Space Nine because he's one of the good ones. I have known 2 people like that in my life. Shrug? I don't know what's to add to that. Alright, one more attempt with heals. I'm not going to manage this, but I'm going to try. Yep, immediate failure. God, I can't even move! That is so frustrating. There we go.
BD1?
Oh, didn't have the timing. God damn it, I paused to heal. I paused to heal. It's my fault. Shouldn't have healed. What's funny is, for those of you who remember, I turned the div down. Oh god, hang on, where am I? I should be right outside. Game. Game. Yeah, no. It almost caught me a few times, J. Palmer. Thankfully, the audio was there. Otherwise, I would have been screwed. I'm going to give this a few more seconds. And, yeah. Thank you for being part of the show, Simple Gamer. Give me one moment. I'll jot that down. Art of the Machine. Starcom Nexus. Starcom Unknown Space. Alright. One more attempt. Just one more! Just one more, I've got to do it. I know I did it last time, so I have nothing to prove here. I did it last time on a harder difficulty, actually. Listen, Nicolas Cage is a delight. Fine. Oh, that's bullcrap. You notice this guy is kind of a tutorial of all the basic attack types. There's the delayed, that's what he just did. God damn it. So there's the delayed strike, which is there to psych you out. There's the quick strike, there's the ranged strike, there's the multi-strike. You can parry 2 of his attacks. Most of his attacks you cannot. And there you go, that's the fight. It's actually extraordinarily simple. Problem is, he can 3-shot me. So I have 3 attempts to make this, and healing takes a moment. As I've already showcased. Yeah, it is quite literally a tutorial boss, and kind of gives you an idea of what you're in for. Ugh. That slowdown also really screws with me personally. I don't know if that's just a me thing, or if I'm dumb, or whatever. You can actually tell when he's going to do his lunge on his delayed attack. When his cheeks deflate. He's also punishing if you get greedy. You really should not go for more than one strike at a time on him, unless you stun him. Oh, god damn it. That's the first time I've been hit by that. And it cost me lock-on. Which cost me a hit.
I need one.
Jumping. Oh, way too early. Yes, Kraken-san. This is a Star Wars Souls-like. I know some people distinguish between Souls-like and Souls-light, and I am not one of those people. In fact, on my spreadsheet, I just track all these as Soulsborne games. Oh no, we super are not a badass. We are dying to a frog. The first major enemy we fight, which we cannot defeat, is not this guy, it's actually the second sister. Damn it. Ah, it's a reaction shot. The irritating, too, is his lunge, the one that's easiest to get hit by, does the most damage. Which is actually the opposite of what I would normally consider good design. There's a general rule when it comes to video game design. The easier it is to dodge an attack, the more damage it should do. Souls-like games don't do that, because screw you. And that is the reasoning, let's be very clear. That should have hit me. So this is the reason we bothered with all that.
Where Bogling was killed. Was it trying to defend its family?
Oh, I can tell you exactly why, Trixie. Let me share a little anecdote with you. You probably have never heard of the Mega Man series. No, Elazar. I actually saw your question on Discord, and I agree with the crowd. I think they'd just be dicks. Yeah, Starscream. And a lot of people praise that game design. I am not one of those, but moving on. See, you've probably never heard of Mega Man. But, the thing about Mega Man games is that most Mega Man games are bullcrap difficulty. They are not actually difficult. They're bad. Now, I know you're thinking, what's the difference? Well, in my opinion, it is a significant distinction. It's especially important from a review perspective, because a game that is bullcrap gets a negative. A game that is hard gets a positive. Both are difficult, right? I think I'll save for that. But most people think of difficult, they just think of, and I know this sounds strange, how hard it is for them to get by it, without regard to how actually well designed it is. So yeah, Cyber Shadow, for example, is a well-designed difficulty. But the reason I brought up Mega Man is because most people consider Mega Man 5 to be one of the easiest Mega Man games, to the point where several people actually consider it too easy and insulting. Mega Man 5 is the hardest of the basic difficulty game, the hardest of the basic Mega Man games, because all of its difficulty is proper difficulty. Everything it does there is something that is fair and well designed to the point where it is actually trying to challenge you, as opposed to trying to cheat you. By contrast, I know people think Mega Man 2 is harder than Mega Man 5 just because Mega Man 2 is kind of bullcrap. Yeah, actually, that's a better example, but less people are familiar with Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, which is a properly hard game. And let me tell you, that game is teeth-punchingly hard, but it is a properly difficult game with good shortcuts and good level design and proper challenges, and, again, an absence of bullcrap. You can tell they learned from their previous game, Donkey Kong Country Returns, which has a lot of bullcrap. The reason I bring all this up is because Bloodborne is very well designed. Bloodborne has a lot of good design to it in terms of its level design, boss design, the nature of your weapons, how you can swap between them, what kind of moves they do, the hitboxes, the hurtboxes, the get back health mechanic, all that stuff is well designed. And so people call it easy because it's not bullcrap. That's why. Yeah, Sticker Star is actually a pretty hard game for all the wrong reasons. That's an excellent way to make that point.
You passed the test.
So you knew about BD1?
Come on board. We'll talk inside.
Oh, BD1, this is Grease. Hey, Grease.
What is that? Get off my sofa! Get off my sofa! Don't! Get out of there! Get out!
That is BD1. He's with us.
I don't care who he's with. Do you have any idea how hard it is to get oil stains out of petroleum fabric?
Not really.
Oh, I hope you found something better out there than this droid.
Oh, calm down, Grease. He did. Tell us, Cal.
The vault was built by an ancient civilization called the Zepho. A Jedi named Eno Cordova hid something inside of it.
What did he hide inside?
A holocron from the archives. It contains a list of Force-sensitive children.
The next generation of Jedi. I knew it!
Da 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 da.
Long time ago. I was his apprentice.
Sorry.
Cordova was a loner. That little droid and I are probably the only ones that know about Pagano.
Hold on, wait a minute. A hollow what?
A holocron. It stores information, but only accessible to Jedi. Hang on, I think I have one around
Well, to Force users. It's the next generation of Jedi.
This is Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. I regret to report that both our Jedi Order and the Republic have fallen.
With that list of Force sensitives, we could rebuild the Jedi Order and defeat the Empire.
Okay, no problem. Let's get it.
Well, except the holocron is hidden deep inside the vault, and to get it, we have to follow Cordova's path. He mentioned something about the planet Dathomir and a Zepho homeworld.
All right, well, where are we going? Now, I'm just asking because I was thinking of maybe making some food.
Look, before we do anything, I need to know something. How come you're no longer a Jedi?
I had an experience that changed my perspective. So I cut myself off from the Force.
You can just do that, apparently. That's it. I do wonder about this as a plot point. Like, our plot point is we want to go and find the list of kids. Okay, sure. And rebuild the Jedi Order. Okay, sure. How is that gonna win? I'm not even... Let's just ignore the fact that this is 14 years before A New Hope. Let's just ignore that for a moment. What? It keeps the kids safe. You know how we could keep the kids safe? Leaving this system, erasing all records of it, and never coming back. And yeah, we are putting a freaking target over these kids. Yeah, blow up the vault from orbit. That's how we keep the kids safe, right? Keep that stuff a secret. It's... I
But you still want to rebuild the Order.
I believe that rebuilding the Order is the best chance we have against the Empire. What do you believe?
Sorry.
I believe I can't keep hiding from the Empire, so I don't really have a choice.
Cal, as long as you're alive, you will always have a choice.
You will be a Jedi survivor.
Are you with us?
We're in.
Dathomir Zepho, it's your choice.
Yeah, no, I mean... Okay. Earlier, Starscream asked a wonderful question. I hope you're still there, Starscream, because I haven't forgotten about it. I think we did Zepho first last time? No, we did Dathomir because I wanted my dual saber early. Because if you go to Dathomir first, you can only do like a very small portion of the planet, but you can get the dual saber early. I might do that again. I don't know. Think about it. Hi, Brandon. Good morning. Hope you are doing well. So, in deference to the people who dislike the story of this game, I am going to give the plot a negative, because the plot is silly at best, is how I'm going to describe that. Here's the problem. One of the things I like most about this game is how down to the ground the tone and feel and vibe is, right? We're nobody fighting nobodies. Again, the final boss, this is not a spoiler, the final boss of the entire game is a low-level mook. That's awesome. The problem is they still want, someone somewhere in the production line still wanted this to be this big, epic journey of defeating the Empire, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no! If I could use a comparison point, how many of you have seen Rebels? If you remember, Rebels actually fails at this and then succeeds at this in exactly that order. Because in Rebels Season 1, we end up doing a huge blow to the Empire and destroying several Star Destroyers, and we're super awesome. And then it started pulling down to something a little bit more believable and grounded, other than just constantly bloodying the Empire's nose. And that's the problem. That's right there. And yeah, and then it goes back up by the end. But by the end, it actually had earned it. Like when we get to the end, when we finally get Thrawn's attention, and Governor What's-Her-Face, I don't remember her name, really starts to fixate on us. It made sense by that point, because we were started at the price, that was right. We started at the freaking dirt, and we were moving pebbles around in the dirt, and that caused some more pebbles to move around, and that built up and that bubble. I talked about this during the streaminations of Rebels. The most interesting thing about Rebels for me past Season 1 is it was the snowball. The whole show was this slowly escalating snowball of rebelling and then encouraging other people to rebel and then encouraging other people to rebel and then getting even more people involved, getting more influences, causing the Empire to come back down, which actually causes even more rebellion and so forth and so on. It escalated pretty consistently for the entire rest of the show, which is funny because Season 1 had us fighting Star Destroyers. Yeah, Season 1 was a Nickelodeon show, and I do absolutely mean that as an insult because, well, Nickelodeon has put out some really, really good stuff, and it has. Most Nickelodeon stuff was Nickelodeon. Anyways, getting off track. Point being, yeah, and Imperial Star Destroyer is an absolute death machine. So our goal, rebuild the Jedi Order. Okay. And yeah, I agree, it's kind of a premise thing, but I just put that in a plot because I don't know to put that. I was going to mention something else, and I can't remember what it is. Here we go. Sorry, looking something up real quick. So I don't know how to spell it. You're back, Starscream! Yes! At last I can answer your question. If I had to pick a character who's the face of the EU, let me chew on that for a second. So I could think of 3 answers right off the top of my head, but most of those have issues. What's my opinion on Rugrats? Not for me. And that's probably the nicest way I could say that. No, the other you. The other you. No! One of my 3 is Luke, yes. Face number 2 is Thrawn. Face number 3 is Lando. Hear me out. Lando Calrissian isn't much of a character in the movies. I'm not saying he's a bad character, but he shows up towards the end of Empire, and then he's a secondary character in Return of the Jedi. In the books, he is upgraded to full-on main character status, and he shows up constantly. I would say that only Han, Leia, and Luke show up more frequently than Lando. Lando is in so many different stories, across so many different books, and is his fingers in so many things. It's actually a plot point that he keeps doing, like, he keeps coming up with new, insane ways to make money. And then some Imperial jackass shows up and ruins it, and he's like, well, time to start again, and then he starts again, and eventually it sticks. I know exactly which duel you're talking about, Blake Tavall. Shouldn't that be? That should be. Hang on one second. I already did. Okay, we're good, so Starscream asked a question earlier. Was Disney's decision to retcon most of the EU a net positive in your opinion? Now, that's a charged question, but I've actually been talking about it a lot recently. So let me start by saying that I have gone on record multiple times by saying I would have done the same thing. I would have done it differently. But I would have done the same thing, because the whole... I'm speaking mostly as a creator here, as a writer, director, producer, whatever you want to call me. But, oh, it's that bad, huh, push-ups? But the idea here is that the EU was a mess. Occasionally the EU connected with itself. Oftentimes, the EU was completely disconnected from the rest of it. In many cases, the EU actually completely contradicted itself, right? And so the EU was a mess, and it needed to be cleaned up. So sitting down and cleaning all that up was, in my opinion, the right call. The problem is, that's not what they did. What they did was they etch-a-sketched the board, and then did the exact same freaking thing. So we've gotten some really good stuff in the AU, as I like to call it, including the game I'm playing right now. I am quite fond of this game, as the score is showing right now. And I do think we've gotten some damn good things. I mentioned Rebels. While Season 1 was honestly terrible, the rest of Rebels is actually pretty legit. There's a huge portion of the Clone Wars show, which was made into the Disney era, including the most important one, Season 7, which is, yeah. And then we have things like Andor, which is just a gimme. Parts of The Mandalorian were pretty solid. It's off the top of my head. And yeah, it's Andor, enough said. We also got we got Rogue One, which I am quite fond of. Solo was fine. I have no real... It's whatever. It's a yellow movie. On the downside, we got episode 7, 8, 9. I don't like any of those. Yeah, we also got The Bad Batch, which I haven't seen, but I'm told it's good. Anyway, so on the downside, we got episodes 7, 8, 9. We got the Ahsoka show. We got the Obi-Wan show. We got the Acolyte show. We got the Boba Fett show. Really putting that in quote-unquotes there. We got Outlaws. God, Outlaws. Ugh. I don't know what else to add to Yeah, the official names are canon and legends, and I am literally never going to use those terms. Because, as I've already defined, canon is something that is a morphic statement. It is something that can and will change. I guarantee you that at some point in the future, they will once again pull the ripcord. So yeah, I'm in favor of the retconning. The execution was terrible, which leads me to your actual question. Do I think the decision was a net positive? I'm actually going to say yes for a very strange reason. Because you didn't define the question, which means it's up to me to define the question. So do I think Star Wars as a whole is improved by virtue of the fact that a whole bunch of other people were given their shots at making their own shows, games, books, and movies? And the answer to that is going to be yes. The thing here is that ultimately, if they just kind of kept doing the EU, nothing would have really changed. But they did pull the ripcord. They did fund a whole bunch of new stuff. That led to a bunch of other stuff, and now we got all these things, right? You could argue that if they never pulled the ripcord, we would have still gotten all the shows and games and movies, but that's just not how reality works. It is because they pulled the ripcord that we got all those things. So now, Star Wars EU, which already had the exact same thing, right? Goods, bads, and some stuff in the middle. Now we have more goods, bads, and stuff in the middle. And that's my overall opinion. I hated the Ahsoka show so much. Of all of them, that's the one that pissed me off. Even though Obi-Wan is probably the most objectively bad show of those ones, like the Ahsoka show, just, my God, that angered me.
Seer, can you feel the Force at all?
Yes. But instead of opening up, I push it back down. The exact opposite of what you should do.
Out there, I remembered something about myself before the Purge. It was painful, but like I found a piece of myself.
That's good. You're learning to embrace the Force again.
How can you say that?
Because I know what it means to live without it.
Okay, I'll keep trying.
Ah, a galaxy without the Force. True paradise. Sorry. Yeah. Is Lando the best written EU character in the novels? Oh, that's a tough one. Consistently well-written characters in the EU. That's actually tricky. You mentioned Luke, and Luke is absolutely the most common character to show up in the EU. Of course he is. But he is inconsistent out the wazoo. Every writer writes him differently, so he totally doesn't count. I'm struggling to come up with someone who I think is more consistently well-written than Lando, so I'm going to go with yeah.
All right, so next...
Hold on. Oh, right. Dathomir, the Red Planet. Yeah, no, Thrawn has his own issues.
Setting course for Wait a minute. You want to go to Dathomir?
I'm surprised Cordova went there. He must have had good reason.
I am staying put on the Manus once we arrive. Red sunlight cannot be good for your skin.
Got
This
a point.
place used to be home to a powerful cabal of Force wielders known as the Night Sisters.
They use the Force? What, like Jedi?
No. These witches served only themselves. Their powers focused on deception, illusion, manipulation.
Sounds like someone I used to know.
During the Clone Wars, the Night Sisters made a deal with a Sith Lord who betrayed their trust. In the end, they were nearly wiped out in a massacre. Dathomir is a deadly place. We should be careful.
Don't have to tell me twice.
I actually agree with that, push-ups.
Coming up on our creepy destination. Grab some seat, kid.
The Night Sisters are absolutely evil, yes, let's get that out of the way. Not all of them are evil, but, like, as a political entity, they are evil aligned. But yeah, I've spoken ill of the Thrawn trilogy many points in my life because I've actually read it recently. It's not that good. There's certainly good elements of it. You can see why it launched the EU. But you can also really tell that Zahn was a new writer at the time. And yeah, Thrawn himself is pretty inconsistent, even just in the first book, Heir of the Empire. By contrast, Leia's just kind of legit. It's weird. Anyway. No, the Night Sisters are more evil cult, mwahaha, kind of a thing.
Good thing we weren't standing. Good thing we weren't standing there.
Yeah. He is. Timothy Zahn has become a much better writer over the years, and of course he is. That's how that works. Hello, game. Why? I can clearly grab that. Why isn't he grabbing it? There we go. That was weird.
What is that thing? Wouldn't count on them being friendly.
By the way, Starscream, we didn't put that towards up to 3 future games, if you'd like to. Did who specifically write Luke better? Oh, did the EU write Luke better? Yes and no. I mean, not good as a gradient push-ups.
I'll check it out.
I do too. Adam Suda. If you... I mean, yeah, if you reread... Do me a favor, read the first chapter of the Thrawn of Heir to the Empire sometime, push-ups. Because you'll just kind of notice a whole lot of basic mistakes that Zahn makes. He gets better even by the end of that very same book, but you can notice that he was new. He was unexperienced. I don't have a better way to put that.
I'm looking.
So, I mentioned the phrase alpha canon earlier. Alpha canon refers to the tiering of canon. In other words, whatever's alpha canon is always canon, because it's the alpha. It's on top of everything else. Of course. In other words, the movies are always going to be canon in Star Wars. At least the original 6. I should clarify that sentence. Oh, you dickhead.
Hurry!
Did you notice the stem doesn't fully heal us, by the way? It's a little Dark Soulsy thing. You have multiple Estus flasks, but they're not a full heal. Oh, come on! He literally has no health. I killed him. Nothing, Starscream. If Disney wanted to retcon the original 6, they could, and they would get away with it instantly without hesitation. They would probably then change their minds after the outcry. But there is absolutely no mechanism that exists to prevent them. They own Star Wars. They decide what's canon. That's the one push-ups. I wouldn't mind if they retconned the sequel trilogy, but what I mean by that is I would want them to retcon a couple of other things too. There's several moving pieces there that would have to be retconned out of existence, in addition to the sequel trilogy, to make that work. I disagree with that.
Now! Help me!
I mean, there is an EU. It's just called the AU now. Well, I call it the AU. Nobody else calls it that. They call it canon. I mean, this very game references, let's see, the Clone Wars TV show, Rogue One, obviously, you know, Episode 3. I don't remember what else. It's such a bullcrap move. Jackass. I don't remember what else. It connects. It connects to like a comic, a movie, a show, and I don't remember what else. But that's my point. Like we have the new EU already now. Oh, you mean like bringing back? So you ever notice of all the characters they've brought back, including Thrawn, I feel like adding, they've never brought back Mara Jade.
Can't get through.
There is some, of course, inconsistent speculation about why that is. No, don't. God damn it, game. No, Mara Jade's super popular. I theorized for a while that they were keeping Mara and Thrawn as emergency characters. I was wrong on that because they brought Thrawn back pretty quickly. I don't know what to do about that. Well, the most common theory I hear, which is probably false, to be quite honest with you, is that Mara Jade is so hated that Lucas made a specific exemption when he sold Star Wars to say never bring back Mara Jade, and even now that Lucas has no actual legal recourse to be in charge of Star Wars, everyone just kind of acquiesces to his wishes on that point. Somewhat unlikely. It is also possible that someone somewhere just doesn't like Mara as a character, or doesn't want to bring her back, or they're still holding her as an emergency option in case they ever like lose numbers or whatever. Maybe nobody who's actually making Star Wars is actually interested in writing her as a character. Like there's some options here, but the short answer is we don't know. I've actually done my due diligence on this particular point. If you dig through everything, what you find is nothing. Nobody's talking. Nobody who actually knows anything is talking about why there's no Mara Jade. Who is Mara Jade? Okay. So Mara Jade is someone who was working with the smuggler Talon Card and was slowly working her way up to be the number 2 in his position. Like the person second in command of his job in his organization. And then she met Luke, desperately wanted to kill him for some strange reason. I mean, who wouldn't want to kill Luke, right? I mean, come on. That's a hell of a thing to put on your belt, right? Stuff happened, Luke and her married at the end. Yeah, the thing is, and this is truthful, Thrawn fits relatively easy into canon, into the AU. Jade doesn't. The only way Mara Jade would exist in canon is if you completely rewrote her personality, her backstory. You could do that. Speaking as a rewriter, I could certainly do that. But I feel like that's at least part of the hesitation, is whoever they got would not be the same Mara Jade, so why bother? Is that an acceptable reason? You be the judge. Can you not, please? No, Talon Card is another interesting absence from the AU. He hasn't shown up at all. Oh, come on, I can clearly cut through this. No! Immortal Slime, no! Okay. I mean, some of you probably remember when Force Awakens was new. Yes, I've been streaming that long. I actually did an analysis stream where we discussed Force Awakens. And if you remember, the character I was most positive about and most interested in seeing more about was Finn. That aged well. I have to say, I'm pretty sure I'm not alone in that. Trails of Crossbell. Geology. Trails of Cold Steel Block. And Jedi Survivor. Good pick right now. Thank you, Immortal Slime, very, very much. Yeah, even the actors agree with me on that one. Like, Rey... God, I don't want to talk about Rey because the discourse around her is ridiculous. Thank you very much, Starscream. Or wait, not Starscream. I do thank you, but thank you, Immortal Slime, very, very much for the donation. I do appreciate you. I will put it towards paying off the DMV fines I just paid yesterday. But anyways, I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole on Rey. Yeah, you wonder why I wasn't streaming yesterday? How bad were they? 3 digits. Which... I guess is not bad, but I don't know. That's a lot of money to me at this point in my life, so I'm not super happy about that. Anyways, not to get complaining. Yeah, if Rey was a better written character, it would have been. My biggest problem with Rey is that she's the beginning of an interesting character that they never fulfill on. If this sounds familiar, congratulations. That's basically every character in the sequel trilogy. No, I'm dead serious. Think about that for a second. How many characters are interesting and then they don't really do anything with them? Yeah, Daisy Ridley, it's worth noting. Ridley is actually a really good actress. Yeah, I'm doing anything with that. But she is. Still a statement of fact. Like, I don't know, there's multiple directions they could have taken that. Why is it not? And I won't even speculate because that gets into spoiler territory, but still, just, oh, they had potential and they're like, nah, let's piss it all away. Oh. Well, I have seen Daisy Ridley in several other things. She is a damn good actress. I mean, yeah, she's kind of had her pick of roles, and for a good reason. I also would not personally blame Abrams. Unfortunately, I don't remember the name of the guy who was most singularly responsible for the flaws of the sequel trilogy. I'll give you a hint. It's some jackass executive. But I legitimately can't think of his name right now, so don't ask me. Was that Ivor? And by Ivor, I mean Iger. I shouldn't just read that. No, not Kathleen Kennedy, and not Ryan Johnson.
So what was in there?
I think it is Iger. I think Kennex Cow's right. Mr. Pink! Knew it. So... the mess that is the sequel trilogy is a whole story, which, honestly, I don't have the time to do. I've fallen for that trick once when Spinobi got me to talk about AI for 30 minutes. Let's not go down that rabbit hole again. The point is...
Help me!
Second. The point is that some asshole in a suit, who was probably Bob Iger, completely sabotaged the sequel trilogy at everything. It's not even just like an initial sabotage, right? It's not like, oh, screw you budget-wise, and then we'll move on. No. No, he completely screwed over development of Force Awakens, and then Last Jedi, and then Rise of Skywalker, sequentially and in multiple different ways. Why? So Bob Iger is an evil man. And you know I don't say that unless I've done my due diligence and researched an individual. he's a snake oil salesman, and he wanted to squeeze Star Wars for as much money as he could in as quick as possible time as he possibly could, in a way that almost guaranteed that it would destroy and damage the brand long term. You know, typical thing, right? Kill the golden goose, blah, 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 we're walking. Yeah, I could finally hit one of these. So, he even bragged about it. So, he was trying to shove for Star Wars films to come out at a certain schedule, with a certain budget, with certain people involved. And when things started going badly, instead of taking a step back, or giving it additional production time, or budget, or resources, or backing, or literally anything, he said, keep going. If you ever wonder why Rise of Skywalker doesn't fit anything, it's because it really doesn't. I would say by design, but it's more like by accident. Spitters. Stop spitting at me. Quit it.
A little help. Appreciate it.
Yeah, he was the one behind the a Star Wars movie every year mentality, which if you're paying attention, they actually managed for a bit there. And they haven't made a movie since. He was, not personally, but he was the one who absolutely greenlit that because he wanted as much of a spread as possible. If you ever want to know the kind of person Bob Iger is, and I mean this sincerely, he's the kind of, I do not agree with that sentence, but just know. He's the kind of person who you know what, I'm just going to say this. Instead of, like, actually giving an analogy like I like to do, I'm just going to tell you what he actually did. He's the kind of person who thinks that the best way to tease your new Star Wars film is to do a Fortnite, like, cross-presentation. Whatever that's called. And I don't know what else to say about that. The fact that he thought that was a legitimately great move says everything it needs to. Can I help you? Baby? Hey.
Door.
Hold up. You're getting too big or small? One of the two for this shirt. I think you're just stretching it out. It also needs to be washed. Look at what a mess it is. My goodness. Why are you so messy? Why are you so messy? No, you're so strong. Oh, you have defeated me. Ugh. Okay, so what's up? What are you doing? Are you attacking me? No, please, no. Ah, wait. Headphones. There you go. Ugh. Hi. Are you going to attack me again? Whoa, careful there. You want to watch me be a Jedi for a bit?
Yeah.
All right, come here. Let me get you settled. Over here. Move this one.
Looks hard.
Oh, yeah. No, this is a difficult game. We need to figure out where we're going. Shh. Do you like our lightsaber color?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
Well, how about
I don't agree with that either, Hazardous, but the internet likes to really slam Kathleen Kennedy, and I've never really understood why, other than the fact that she's female.
both from that height?
Like, I don't get where the Kathleen Kennedy hate comes from. I really don't. Alright, so it should be like right here? Oh no, it's over there.
Are you a robot?
No, there's a robot on my back. Do you see the robot on my back? Do you see him?
Yeah.
That is called BD-1.
I was talking about that thing.
Yeah. His name is BD-1. Kathleen Kennedy has been responsible for some of the best movies of the last 40 years.
That's a weird name.
She's... I've seen her records. I've seen her credits. I've seen what she's worked on. I cannot in any way call her a bad director or producer. Because she's not. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, my God. That was strange.
Scanning again? A warning?
So is this the way forward? Yes. Okay. Uh-oh, do you see the statues?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. And yeah, it is worth noting, there's actually a professional term for this, which I forget what it is. But Kathleen was also a fall guy, right? Someone whose job it was to make to take the blame for things.
Looks like the Zepho were here. Strange. This place seems abandoned, but...
That is one of the other great characters in this game.
Jedi.
You must be a Night Sister. I had heard you were all dead.
Not all. Dothamir is forbidden to you. Leave at once.
Well, I'm afraid I can't do that, but perhaps we could help each other. You see, Easy. I'm not your enemy.
Your actions say otherwise.
Wait, hold on. I'm not here to...
Yes, she's evil. And now I've got to fight these guys. And these guys suck. This is actually a hard fight. I gotta pay attention. And I'm dead. I lost.
What are you playing?
What?
What are you playing?
What am I playing?
What are you playing?
Who am I playing?
Who are you playing?
Okay, who? You have to enunciate a little bit more. I am playing Cal. He is a young Jedi Padawan. Yeah, he's still a student. He hasn't actually learned how to be a full Jedi yet. Oh god, am I back here? Oh, Jesus Christ, I want this stupid Jedi. Yeah, we're playing nobody.
The robot was spawning.
I know, it's okay. I just have to make this jump. Can I make this jump?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, I can't. Where the heck? Oh, there we go. Ugh, I hate this jump so much. It's such a dumb jump.
You did it.
Yes, I did. Thank you. I recently just beat Cyber Shadow again. But I can't play Jedi Fallen Order, apparently. Yeah, that jump is the real boss of Dathomir. Of course it is. Alright, so let's skip this guy. I've already killed him. Nothing to prove. Wait, am I going the right way? No, I need to be up.
That's a steering box.
That's okay. We're going to run away from him. We don't want to fight that, do we?
Yeah.
Let's go up here.
Is it too powerful for you?
Yes, it's too powerful for me. It's also not worth killing. This guy is in the way. I mean, yeah, the real boss is gravity. That's true. Okay, how do I get back? I opened a shortcut, but I don't remember where. There it is. I knew I had a shortcut somewhere. That's a good question. Have you watched Star Wars? I actually don't remember.
Yes.
Okay. She says yes.
Those spiders are creepy.
Yep, and they killed me. Because I was not ready to fight them. It's also very hard to play like this. But that's okay, as long as you're comfortable. She's resting on my leg and my arm, kind of simultaneously here. No, they're crabs. I'm always amused when someone asks that question, because it's like 99.9% of the time, they are crabs. They are not spiders. Hell, I was playing, what was I playing recently? With a friend. Was it No Man's Sky, I think? And someone was like, do these things affect your arachnophobia? I was like, no. I just walked right up to one, like, yeah, no, what? There's nothing here. I sincerely doubt she knows where Sweden is, Elizar. Right. Shortcut, which is back here. Excuse me, don't care about you, don't care about you. Oh god, I'm body blocked. There we go. Nope, Diablo 3 spiders also do not bother me. Probably because they're still crabs. All Blizzard spiders are crabs, always have been. Even when you're playing as someone whose primary moveset is flinging giant vials of spiders at people.
Cannot hide your weakness. Not so bad. Don't let him rally.
See you, game. He's dead. Quit it.
I hate these guys.
Yeah, me too. These guys suck.
Yeah, I hate them really bad.
Don't worry. We'll kill them. They are very dead.
Got a scan?
That's an alarm.
Yes, I had to think about that for a second, Plutonium. But yes.
I hate that alarm.
It's okay, the alarm's gone. It's all safe now, see?
But what if
It's about the
that
animation,
alarm-
Manuana. As you might imagine, for someone who suffers from arachnophobia and plays video games for a living, I have actually studied this. And the funny thing is, I'm pretty sure most of it is not on purpose. Some of the first people who really started animating spiders in video games...
Get there.
I don't know, but we're going to use it to swing across.
It's pokey.
It is, and we're going to have to be really careful. Do you think we can?
Yeah.
Okay. Some of the first times they animated spiders in video games, people had arachnophobia. The people animating them had arachnophobia. So they just kind of fiddled with it and made it so it wasn't as much of an issue. And that kind of just became the norm. You know? Like, it just became normal to go ahead and have them be animated differently.
We're in space.
Yes. Can I get a space song?
Space, 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 space.
Thank you.
Where's the tiny glitter?
So I just realized why so many of my special attacks aren't working, because the controls there. What are you trying to do? Oh, do you have a bug bite?
No, it's just itchy.
Okay. Say to hit the Y button, which I've been doing consistently. What they mean is the X button, or if you're playing on a PlayStation controller, the triangle button. So that's why I keep getting screwed up on that.
Can bugs get inside your room?
Nope. They are defeated forever.
But not all of them.
Not all of them? Okay. I could rebind, but then it would say the opposite. The problem here is that the Xbox controllers are really stupid and decided, for whatever reason, to be different from basically everyone else. So, X is A and X is Y and A is B. Yeah, the problem here is that it thinks I have an Xbox controller, which is funny because I'm not using that program anymore. And the program I used to use to fix that is the program that tried to scam me recently. What are you doing?
I like being funny.
I will defeat you from being... No, no, no! You're so powerful! You're so powerful! Yeah! Oh, you're so powerful. But I will get you anyways. No! The strength! Don't use your super unicorn beam powers. No! Okay, you win. Okay, but you gotta get down if you're gonna do that. Down, down, down. Are you okay?
No.
Well, I'm gonna have to fix that then. What hurts?
I'm not hurt.
Oh, I thought you said you were hurt.
Yeah.
No! Don't take my energy, please! Okay, I can accept that.
No.
You're amazing. Never forget that.
Why did you put your arm under me?
Like this? Because I expected you were going to drain my energy. Yay! I'm getting more energy.
No, I hate it.
No!
Now you have no energy.
It's true, I have no energy now. What do I do? Help, help, help.
I'm gonna give it to someone else.
No, give me my energy back, please. No, Blue, don't take my energy. No. No. Oh, I can't talk. Okay.
Not dead.
I'm dead.
Not dead.
Turbo dead.
Seat. Seat. Cygnus.
What?
Did you forget my seat?
No, you killed me. I can't give you your seat when you killed me. Ah.
Accords in the way.
Okay, okay. Here. Thank you for recognizing the cord was in the way and not just trying to push through. I appreciate the consideration. Alright. I'm not super impressed with the talent tree. I don't remember being very impressed with the talent tree last time. We'll see what we think of it this time around. So Eleazar says... I actually didn't see a question. I saw the Sweden one, but I didn't see anything else.
Or Knight Brothers.
Oh, these guys.
Move forward!
Yeah, I know, game. Thank you.
You cannot stand against us!
Solid hit!
Hang on, let's go scan his corpse before it goes away there. Pancakes or chocolate cake? So I'm not a big fan of cake because most cake in the States sucks. So cheesecake, good. You know, shortbread can be good, brownies can be good, but cake, it's just dry, tasteless bread. So I'll take pancakes. Even though pancakes can be bad, at least they're better than cake.
Who I made.
Ooh, nice.
No, don't eat him.
But I'm so hungry.
You're the one that gives you blood.
Oh, okay. Can I have some blood, please? Thank you.
Yeah, no, you're a vampire.
I know I'm a vampire. That's why I drank the blood you gave me. Pancakes or waffles? Waffles. Pancakes are easier to make good. Speaking of Souls-like games. But good waffles trump everything. Except for crepes. Crepes are amazing.
Who likes grapes?
I like crepes.
No one.
I like crepes.
No one likes grapes.
No. You heard her. It is now the decree from the Royal Empress. Nobody likes crepes.
You don't get to like grapes. What are grapes? What are crepes? I don't even know what crepes are.
Don't worry, we'll get you crepes someday.
You
So-
made a mistake,
What are
Jedi.
God, the delayed strikes.
Yes, what are crepes?
Crepes are delicious.
What are crepes?
I'll show you later, okay? Right now I'm trying not to die.
I need help!
What are crepes?
I know, but I can't tell you what crepes are. I have to show you. Okay, just for you. What does I pause the stream for everything else? Here, I will show you what crepes are. Okay, are you ready to look?
Yeah.
Okay, these are crepes. Do you see them? You've actually had these before, I'm pretty sure. You can also roll them up like this. Do you see? Do you see? And you can have them with maple, you can have them with strawberries, you can have them with filling. You can also have savory crepes. Like this. You see how it's got eggs and meat? This one has spinach. These are actually spinach crepes. And they've got tomatoes and mushrooms. This is actually my second playthrough of Gear Monster. Not that you know it from how badly I'm doing, but it's still true. No, this is exactly where I want to be. You'd better get some crepes, Kennex Cow. Oh god, spinach crepes. I haven't had spinach crepes in a long time, and I've only ever had homemade ones. But they're good.
He's almost dead! Stop moving! Was that a hit?
Damn it.
My training is paying off.
It's okay. Every now and again, there's like 3 people who still call me Arsh. For a while there, I just didn't respond to anybody who called me Arsh, and that worked. People stopped calling me it pretty quick.
Down there! I got you!
I never lost it.
Move in!
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. What did you say?
I'm gonna make my mustache.
No, don't make a mustache.
I'm making one.
See you around, Jake Palmer.
I have a mustache.
Oh my god, yes, you have a mustache. You are very cute, as you often are.
This is Band-Aid. It looks weird.
That is a very weird band-aid.
I'm staring at it.
This pain me.
It's a dog bone. I never get. I broke the dog bone. It was a dog bone.
Oh no, that poor dog bone.
I broke the dog bone.
Thank you for the sub, Malfoy Blade. Yeah, for a while there, people called me the Trek guy, which I always found kind of funny. I have actually not played Jedi Survivor, so when we get there, someday, probably not this year, but maybe next year, that'll be my first playthrough. We'll be playing the PC version, because that's the version I own. The only version I bothered to get set up. Jedi Legends, Jedi Survivor, speaking of which. Until Tales of Grace's FR. Appreciate you. Welcome, buddy. Thank you. Whoops. I accept being the WoW guy. That is a state I am down for.
How did I find an egg?
I don't know. How'd you do it?
Stand. Close one.
Don't touch it. Jedi!
What are you doing, baby baby?
You'll have to try harder.
I don't usually put stuff on waffles. If they're good enough waffles, they don't need any accoutrements.
I'm making the egg again.
Intruder is here!
I'm gonna put it in this box.
I mean, you could stuff waffles. Fruit, sweet stuff,
I put the egg in this bag.
chicken, you know, it's whatever.
I need a stamp.
Yeah, by the way, if you're wondering why I'm having so much hard time here, it's because I suck. Obviously. But the real reason is because I'm on Dathomir, which is, frankly, a higher level than I am. I still only have 2 stims, and they only heal about 1/3 of my health, and I don't really have any health upgrades yet either.
So what was in there?
Yeah, deal with these guys while I'm here.
I will stop.
Couldn't tell that was a charge shot. Couldn't tell it was too late. Very carefully push-ups. Why am I under-leveled? Because I went to the second-to-last planet first. I see it. Is it a gumball? Is it blood gumball?
No, it's an egg.
Oh, it's an egg! Is it a blood egg?
No,
Okay, good.
it's a wolf egg.
The wolves have eggs. I had no idea. What kind of wolf are you going to get out of it? Yeah, I came here first out of order because I'm insane, but there is a benefit to doing so. It's not experience, believe it or not. This is not good experience.
Just when it bounce onto my nothing. But bounce. It was coming.
Yeah, there's an intended order to planets, but in several ways you can bypass that. Now, we will reach a point where we actually cannot progress any further on Dathomir. Like, we will lack an ability to progress. But we can get a little bit in, and there's a thing I want here. Yes?
You can make an egg too.
I can't make an egg, silly.
You'll have to make an egg.
I can't. See? I've got my gloves on. And remember, cloth, can't touch that.
That's cloth?
Yeah, it's my gloves, silly. Oh, okay. I can't believe I did that. Yeah, we can. I could just come back later. I could just leave at any point in time. I do not need to keep doing this. If this was actually the second planet, like the mandatory no really second planet, then frankly, yeah, this would be a negative for being just a ridiculous difficulty cliff out of nowhere. Most of the Zabraks are designed around the idea of you having much better kit at this point in time. Obviously, you can work around them. That's sort of the formula. See, Tears of the Kingdom for another good example of that. I do too. I like that they allow this freedom. Just like in Tears of the Kingdom. Zactaff's lying to me. What? Why would you do this? I like how you can use the Force to swing your lightsaber to do slightly more damage, by the way. I'm not even mad. Like, that's just a thing.
Something we can use?
I haven't seen anything as a star. It's nowhere on my radar yet. That's nowhere near funded. And I'm not going to play it until it's funded.
You guess what this egg is named.
Let's make that egg... a kitten egg.
Yeah. But it has to be some kind of dog.
A dog kitten? Okay, I think we can make that work. Is it like a cat dog, or...
Not a cat dog.
Well, what kind of dog cat is it?
Only a dog.
Okay, only dog. It's a cat dog dog. Okay, so there's our shortcut. So we have now officially made progress. Debating if I want to heal. Yeah, let's just push for it.
It can be a different kind of animal now.
Okay, so let's make it an octopus.
Nope. Has to be a cat or a dog.
It has to be a cat or a dog. Yeah, we don't have the poncho yet, by the way, so we have no armor either. No armor, no additional health, no additional health things. Health things don't heal for more. And we only have one move right now. And slow. Slow. The Force is no longer unbound. God. Mr. Ed, you don't have the money to give me. What are you doing? So, yeah, this is what we were here for. We could basically leave now. I don't even think we can go very much farther at this point. So, yeah, this is what you use for large, smaller packs. This is your ad sweeper right here. Or trash sweeper, if you will.
I wanted to make some screw safes on this.
It attacks like this. I mean, yeah, you are basically forced to use it. Notice they didn't give us a bunch of bugs, which are great for this thing. It's been a pain this entire level. Yeah, you might see me use this as like a standard walk around thing for normal enemies. And then we have a real enemy. We bring that out. And yeah, if you're not aware, we can just swap like that. Yeah, I think there's actually a save point up ahead where we can get to. I'm not actually sure. I don't remember exactly. Oh yeah, no, it's no. Okay, what's some force? I sense the force. I'm using the force.
Someone was drawn to something here. Energy from the ruins?
Okay, so we're done here. People have actually debated the weight and the reality of wielding a lightsaber for years at this point. Years and years. So I don't actually want this, but I think it unlocks stuff I actually want.
How do you use that?
What? Yes, here. Don't use that one here. I'll put this over here. I'll give you a fresh one just for you. Here you go. I mean, if he didn't, he's not a very good foreseer, is he, Plutonian? Now, I gotta remember how to fast travel. Have I not activated it yet? Yeah, laser sword, plasma sword. And yeah, I just remembered that we actually don't have all of this tree unlocked. Because of course we don't. We're still regaining our connection to the Force, which is an interesting way to try and have progression in a game like this. Yeah, it was the Cadger gentleman. I don't think I have access to fast travel yet. Okay. Well, let's leave. No, not like... That's pretty bad push-ups. Jesus Christ. That's a huge insult. Holy God. I must have really screwed up on that. Alright, where are we at? There we go. Okay, this isn't that far. I just remember here. Yeah, it's okay. There's a reason I quit doing the rewrites. Alright. So, the other planet.
Glad you made it back in one piece.
Yeah, I only died like 20 times.
I need a second.
I don't think it counts as close calls if I literally died.
Hey, Grease, what's this thing?
What? You've never seen a terrarium before?
Sure, but don't they usually have plants in them?
Well, I've been a bit busy hauling you around the galaxy. But you know, you could pay me back with some seeds.
I thought you hated nature.
When it's out there, you betcha. But when it's behind a comfortably thick wall of embarring glass, that's perfection.
All right, I'll see if I can find any.
Okay.
I ran into a Night Sister.
What happened? Are you okay?
I'm fine, although she made it clear we're not welcome. She wasn't alone.
The Knight Brothers?
I think so.
Oh no, there's more of them?
I don't know much, but Cordova told me the Knight Brothers serve the witches of Dathomir. You're lucky to be alive, Cal.
Please tell me we're leaving.
It's an option. We can always come back here later if you're not ready, Cal.
Hint, hint. Hint. This is a high-level zone. What are you doing here? Oh, no. That's okay. I don't like orange. I don't like the orange. We'll go with classic. Eh. 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 These all suck. Whatever. We're back to blue. Can I move slightly faster?
Need anything, Kreese?
Oh, yeah, sure. I'm really in the mood for a slow and painful death. You think you could find that sort of thing on this death planet? Or maybe just bring me back something that will haunt me for the rest of my dreadful life. Any of that work, you weirdo?
I got good news, because I can bring you both of those things.
Where are we headed?
Yeah, Cepho.
Must be hard watching all your friends get gunned down. I mean, you know, purged or whatever. What? It helps to talk about it, right? No?
Yes, it was difficult. But you must cope, not forget. We must remember the mistakes of the past and change things going forward to make sure they never happen again.
Sounds like you're not too sure everything is gonna work out.
I'm not. That's why adaptation is important. Whether it's a course of action or an idea. We all have to be ready to change.
No, Immortal Slime, I don't do ruminations anymore, and I never will again. However, I will review it at some point. I was supposed to review it a few weeks ago, and then I lost my copy of Phantom Menace, and my hard copy was in a Blu-ray in a box under another box. So I did Star Trek instead. But I'll get there. You can still put their games if you want to. And thank you very, very much. If you want to put that towards any games, please let me know. Hang on. Let me answer your hypothetical here. So, how do you fix Phantom Menace in a way that has to lead into Episode 2? See, that's the tricky part. Well, the exact same things. Because, like, fixing Phantom Menace is honestly, well, I don't want to say easy, but it's the kind of thing that people have been debating for literally 20 years. It's well-trod ground. We know how to fix Episode 1. There are multiple different methods and vectors by which we can fix Episode 1. But doing it in a way that then leads into 2? Well, ruminations are garbage and trash and drivel, whereas reviews are the new hotness, clearly. There's actually a tremendous amount of difference between ruminations and reviews. Like, basically all of the difference.
All right, kids, sit down. We're here.
He checked Jar Jar. But, well, we could. No, I'm dead serious, because Jar Jar's introduction in Episode 2 could be introducing a new character, right? Oh, I knew back then, Mike Romano. I knew even back then. Except that's not your name. But you're getting called that because I read what's on the page, and until you fix that, you're getting called Mike Romano. Yeah, so aging Anakin, easy. Fixing the dialogue, easy. I mean, it's work. It's not easy, but it's doable. There's no difficulty there. You just do it. Giant hurricane, easy.
Think of a storm brewing down there. This might not be the best time to land.
Something strange.
That's
Those winds are
not
interfering with
easy.
our comms.
Hey, Cordova mentioned something about peace in the eye of the storm. Well, I can just make out a settlement in the middle of it.
Then we have to get there.
Copy that.
Couple bumps ain't gonna kill you, kid. Unless the wind picks up. Can you tell that bucket of balls to keep his opinion to himself?
I'm sure everything's under control.
Once it's under control, it's just a little tricky.
Yeah, the fin is really the problem.
Hold on.
Just like in the sequel trilogy.
Perfect landing. Greasy money, baby.
But I'm still getting a lot of interference on the comms. It's gonna take me a minute to get them back up.
I'll search for signs of Cordova in the meantime.
Good. I'll be in touch once I crack this.
Wow, you're right. This cutscenes are unskippable. That is absolutely a gameplay negative.
Over here.
But
You
what?
did good work on Bogano.
Hang on. I can see you two have been through a lot. It's not easy.
No, it's not. But I think of those who believed in me at one point. If I give up on myself, then I give up on them. I'm sure you have a few of those.
Prof, friend on Braca. He sacrificed himself so I could live.
He believed in you. A lot of people depend on you, even if they don't know it yet. Keep going, Cal. For Prof. For everyone.
Wait, which part, Melkor? Sorry. Oh, the unskippable. Yeah, we might not have, because obviously there's not a lot of reason to skip a cutscene the first time through, and cutscenes don't replay for when when you die and go back.
My first time getting something like this.
I'm glad you got it.
Dennis, I would.
I will say push-ups. That is kind of my overall writing style. So that's kind of how most of the rewrites are going to be. I tend to prefer stuff a little bit more grounded. Except when the entire world is almost destroyed in FF5. And 7. Oh, I've spent so much time on this rock. I was talking about this with my brother-in-law. He's played Jedi Fallen Order. And this planet was really the only planet he really remembered. Because you spend so much time here. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? I like to think that the Empire already had an idea that there was a Jedi in the area. Nice place. But when I say the area... Yes, I do. You're being very silly. Now, while I'm not a big fan of this planet, it does... Yes, I know. It does have my favorite part of the game right there. That is by far my favorite part of the entire game.
You see my way of getting down?
It was very silly. Hang on. Sorry, hey, so my niece is wondering what's up with my new bass traps. And
Hello.
I don't know if the mic's going to pick this up, but if I adjust my voice over here, my voice should sound substantially different because of the fact that I have this giant bass trap
I just
eating up most of those frequencies.
I got the wood.
Yeah, see? Talk it.
Hello.
Don't talk to the wood. You're supposed to talk to this part.
Hello.
Oh my god.
Hello.
I'm putting this back.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
You are very sick.
Hello.
Now scooch. Scooch, 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 scooch. Scooch.
Candy?
I just gave you a candy. Literally a minute ago. No more candy for right now. You want a carrot though? Okay, no carrot. Good. Just do it. There you go. Well, because you asked correctly. Now here's the trick though. You can't have the same candy. So you have to have one of the other ones. You sure you don't want an Oreo? It's up to you. There's Oreos, coins. Okay. We'll get a watermelon then.
I never want to visit.
Why not? The fishies are trapped right. I'm probably the weirdo here, but it is difficult for me to concentrate when part of my attention is always on her to make sure she's okay. Okay.
Can't get through.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. We're not going to 100% this game this time around because we did that last time. So, obvious, I suppose.
Come back here. Something was in there.
Yeah, I might look up a couple of things. Or I might just do a normal playthrough. What the hell is going on? Is this? Hang on. No, it's just being weird. Okay, whatever. I don't know, like, I was thinking about this. This is a weird example. I was thinking about this with regards to Final Fantasy V, which I can't even remember the last time I've done a normal playthrough of Final Fantasy V. Because I know that game inside and out, and I like to do challenge runs of it. But when we get there for the review, I might literally just go ahead and do a normal playthrough of the, the review. For the review. Anyway, so I haven't quite answered the questions I've been asked yet, because I've been asked 2 questions. I'm still debating the episode 1 change. The obvious changes are obvious, right? Go ahead, age up Anakin. We could eject Jar Jar completely. He really serves no purpose to episode 1 in any real manner. And give the dialogue a substantial polishing pass. It might be purposeful to... Is that a stormtrooper's corpse being torn apart?
Watch out, BD. You don't look friendly.
Anyways, ahem.
Cal, can you hear me?
The Empire. They found Zeppo.
If they were following the Mantis, we would have been swarmed already.
Could they be looking for the tombs?
Let's hope not. Just got our comms working. I'll try the same workaround to crack into theirs.
I was never exactly a huge fan of Plagueis as a character, but I would probably have him be referenced, not present. In fact, I would have Plagueis' existence be part of the explanation for why so many of the Jedi are acting weird in Episode 1. Because they're still on edge from, having just dealt with him. Don't go into specifics. There's no need for specifics.
stim, BD1. Patched up.
Actually, yeah, Dakota, exactly. Like, everyone's kind of wigged out because they've just gotten out of dealing with that one. It's like, yeah, none of this, the Sith have been gone for forever. No, the Sith were like a couple years ago, or whatever the equivalent is. I don't know the timeline off the top of my head. Don't quote me. Malachor will correct me later on Discord. Oh my gosh, 2 years, Chill Pangolin. Why are you still following me? Pikmin 1, Hayseed Knight, Sonic Adventure 2, and an anniversary sub. Thank you, Chill Pangolin, very much. Always. And yeah, I would probably have Plagueis be relevant to the Jedi, and quietly in the background, during the political side of the story, I would also mention Hugo Damask. Suddenly absent, but relevant, right? Like, nothing big, nothing like, as you know, Hugo Damask has recently amassed a huge fortune of resources across the outer sector, which has mysteriously been converted over to the cloners. No, just have something in the background that kind of infers that he was moving pieces into place, and Palpatine is still moving those pieces, right? And he's gone. It's strange. I don't know where he went. Plenty in, like, the ancillary stuff out there.
Mother used this fabric to keep her child warm. You were on the run from something.
Yeah, you could literally have it be a background news post while other people are talking about something relevant to the plot. What else? Hugo Damask, a.k.a. Darth Plagueis.
Stim crate. Should be here. Wait, can you carry more? Thanks, BD1.
Depends on who's writing it, Immortal Slime. That's kind of the catch. Writers cannot agree on what the Force is, never mind what the dark side is. That's not me being facetious. That's really the problem. Nobody can agree on what the Force is. It's why when I was sitting down for the Star Wars rewrite, literally the first thing I did was define what is the Force. Okay, so that's over there. And that's over there, which is nothing. So I'm going to go over there next. Yeah, it looks like that's the only way to go. Yeah, against the objection of several of my writers. So much so, I had to put my foot down on them. I absolutely want feedback and disagreement from my writers group. Of course I do. But, like, guys, chill. Did I like the Plagueis novel? Actually, no. I didn't like the Bane novels either. Someone asked me about that. The Force is duct tape. So, I'll tell you the answer in a second, because I was also asked something else. What is the difference between rumination? I hope I've answered your question sufficiently, by the way, Immortal Slime. Because, I don't know, I find the whole topic kind of fascinating. A rumination is me sitting down and crunching. Cramming like you did back in college in order to try and slam as much information about behind the scenes and things that are worth discussion. The mentality behind rumination is, I have just finished watching a thing or playing a thing, and now I'm sitting down with people who have also just watched or played a thing, chatting with them about it, right? So, the mentality is completely different. A review is trying to do a substantially more in-depth analysis of things to try and actually examine what is working, why, what is not working, and why. Reviews are also things I tend to retain more because I'm streaming them, first of all. And second of all, because I'm going so much more in-depth to them and actually trying to retain the skill and knowledge. That's all from your perspective. From my perspective... What are you doing? Oh, I see. Yeah, a rumination can include some review elements, and vice versa. Lord knows we just tend to chat when we're doing these.
That's not
Okay,
opening.
that's what I thought. I just wanted to double check. 'Cause that means there's only one way to go now, which is what I was looking for. The biggest problem with a rumination is that they are taxing, they are time-consuming, they are stressful, and there's nothing enjoyable about doing them. They are a job, put very, very simply. And I did that job for many, 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 many years, way past the point where I was going to. I was actually going to cut off ruminations about 5-ish, I think it's actually 7, but about 5 years before I actually did. And everyone was like, no, don't. That's the only thing I care about. And I was like, okay, well, I'll keep doing them then. And then I did that for 5 years until my health had been spiraling so hard, I finally was just like, I gotta stop doing this. Because you gotta remember, I wasn't paid to do ruminations. So I was doing something I didn't like doing that was detrimental to my physical and mental health for free.
You there! Identify yourself! Eyes below. Understood. Hold still.
Done. What's it say? No. What's it say? This area is off limits. Imperial Code 94364. No selling or trading. Thank you, Chopin Lord. I mean, you could say ruminations were a form of marketing, and I actually cannot disagree with that fact. But that's a lot of strain and effort and work at lowering my lifespan in exchange for marketing.
Fine.
I like your idea, Meadowlord. Making it so that Palpatine wants to kill off Maul on purpose so they think they've killed the apprentice of Plagueis neatly ties that up. It also explains why Maul is the final boss, for lack of a better way to put that, of Episode 1. And why the Jedi would be able to relax their guard as they do in Episode 2. If you remember, they don't take Dooku seriously at all, at any point in time. They think it's a joke. The man's a political... what's the word he used? Political opportunist. He's not a murderer. Like, none of them take Dooku seriously, and it makes more sense if Maul was sacrificed on the altar of getting the Jedi off... idealist, that was the word. Getting them off of their game. Abandoned village. Yeah, you did it. The Sith are defeated for another generation. I actually didn't, Mr. Red, because I am just that horrible of a person. I'm actually still going through the backlog of questions right now.
Take her and go. I'll lead them away.
Ulster, no!
Got an intruder!
So, yeah. That's the dual saber against troopers. It's a chipper shredder. No, exactly, Manobler. And yeah, that would also add more to Maul's story, especially if we want to keep Maul alive, which, yeah. Now, real quick. Thank you, Mr. Red, very much. Please stop giving me money. You don't have money to give right now. You win the lottery? Sure. I will swallow my pride. I actually answered that question already, Elazar. I will repeat myself. There are quite a few. Most of them are in Tor. There are evil light side users. There are evil dark side users. There are good light side users, and there are good dark side users in Tor. Yeah, maybe a rich aunt passes on, and no, it's not one of those good aunts. Like, it's one of the ones that's like super racist, right? Like, she's gone, and the world's a better place. So, have some money. Sure. Now, you didn't actually put it towards anything. I'm not putting it towards... I'm not replaying so. I'm not doing that. I know a lot of people like the ruminations, and that's why I am very thoroughly clear about this sentence. I do not mean any insult. There's no anger. There's no fire. They're never coming back. There's no hope. And I always hammer that down very hard because that's something you should do. You should never give someone hope when there is none. That is mean. Yeah, that's unkind. Because you know what, you know how that works, right? You're like, someone's like, oh, please, can you do that? And you're like, well, it's maybe. You don't mean maybe. You're lying when you say the word maybe. But you're just saying it to be nice. Don't be nice. Don't be nice. Be honest. They are never coming back. The end. Civilians must immediately report for relocation. Looters will be shot. No selling or trading.
The Empire just wanted this land.
The Streaminations are more of a maybe. I actually will freely admit to that. And obviously reviews, highlight reels. Ideally, the ideal life for me would be something where I have a mixture of Streaminations that I can actually stream the episode or movie while reviewing them. Then, you know, video game reviews, and then I have a dedicated team of people doing highlight reels.
This'll be fun.
That is unlikely to ever happen, but that's probably the peak. Like, that's the cap right there.
Oh?
That's the ceiling. Ooh, skill point. There should be no Streaminations. Can you stream on Patreon? Anyways, there should not have been any Streaminations that were paid for that didn't happen. So I don't actually know what you're referencing there. Sorry, but for those of you not aware, there's actually quite a few streaming services out there. And if you think Twitch sucks, you have no idea how bad it gets. Come on, shoot me. I'm right here. Come on, shoot me. Thank you. Avatar was not funded. Avatar, in fact, I specifically said that I vetoed. A few people had started donating towards it, and I said no. And allowed them to reallocate or get refunds as was appropriate.
Come back here.
So Avatar wasn't even like 1% of the way funded. Oh, I can just do that here? Really? What do I have? The Poncho! There we go. Yes, yes, the Poncho. Why was it vetoed? So... Ooh. Let's go with this one. I can stream on flipping. Yeah! Okay, we can change this too. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, yeah, that's sharp. That's sharp. So here's the deal. If you want me to cover a show, there's a non-zero chance that that's because you like that show. The alternative is it's because you hate the show, but that's kind of a different topic. Shortcut. Here's the problem. I didn't enjoy Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now, I didn't finish the show because I didn't enjoy it. But the problem here comes from the fact that you probably want me to cover that show and gush about it. And I don't want to be the person covering a show in what is effectively a boring manner when you're expecting me to just be like, oh my god, it's so amazing. All of these attacks are worthless. So that's a Y? That's a really... I have heard of Nebula. It's... So first of all, it's invite only. So I don't get to be involved in that. And it's also... it's fine, I guess. It's not for large-scale streams, but I'm not particularly large-scale, so... Yeah, no, it's the problem with the Beloved Classic, which is always something I dread streaming, is because people get a little bit more about Beloved Classics than they do everything else. Near as I can tell, that is what happened playing Tavon. I have actually flat out stated that if I ever... certain things in my life that happen, I will go ahead and endure Avatar for you guys. The problem there is that I don't really have a really good format for it. The Streamination format was fine, but I cannot help but notice that the Streamination format was effectively for people who were there live. Essentially, nobody watches or comments on the Streamination VODs. As I pay attention to those, and yeah, nobody does that. I get like one comment per video ever. And I don't mean just like with the Tangled stuff that's going on right now, which isn't as popular. No, I mean in general. Even Andor usually got like 3 comments per video, and that's it. As you might imagine, the lore running absolutely loves Avatar: The Last Airbender. Of course they do. I believe you that some people watch DKC. Nobody comments on it, of course, but I believe that people watch it. No, I think you're right, Blade Duvall. That's just how it is. There's no fixing that, right?
I should move back. Someone? Anyone? Help!
Hey now.
Why do they love it? I actually have no idea. I've never asked them. I mean, I'll tell you exactly why the DKC one succeeded, and I will. It's because I could show you the episode. I'm dead serious. The fact that I could show you the episode behind me as I'm talking is why the DKC ones were good. It would not be nearly as enjoyable if not for that fact. Yeah, exactly, Mr. Ed. Me discussing the DKC show is not going to convey the DKC show to you. You had to see it. And you did. Like I said, the streaminations are not completely off the table because if there's ever some distant future where the copy-wrong overlords get their collective heads out of their asses, I might actually consider going back to that. If I could show you the damn thing. I'll show you the episode in question, I'll show you the movie in question. Wait, what did you say? What did that say? Oh, that's... Yeah, I understand, but I need an upgrade. Thank you, game. I know what video games are. Honestly, I have no idea, Dakota. Sorry, I'm not ignoring you. I've got a queue going on right now. That is actually exactly what I'm referencing, Tara. Believe it or not. Human beings in general are risk-averse, which also means that they are discomfort-averse. I know that sounds like a strange way to put that, but if you put this is going to sound really dumb. If you put a person in a room, and there's a room right next to them, which is comfortable, and you make the room that they're in uncomfortable, they will move to the comfortable room. And I know what you're thinking, duh, but my point is, they wouldn't have done so otherwise. People tend to do things because they are pushed to it. So, if we ever reach a point where we push people, push those in charge to the point where they can't just abuse copyright to the point where it's gotten where it's gotten, then maybe we might be able to do stuff like that again. God, I love the dual saber for these.
Going in for the kill.
Oh, almost had that.
Jedi hit. Get the target. I won't let you kill me.
Okay. And he's dead.
Time for a stim.
This is another push. This is another push, isn't it? Alright, whatever. I just wanted to check. Well, I guess we could scan. Don't scan, okay.
I'll check it out.
I'm just saying, why don't we have more Force users who use a gun? It's just a back-to thing, and I don't know how it works. Don't ask me.
Where are you taking us?
The Empire's forced the villagers from their homes. Frightened refugees, shipped off to work camps. Or worse.
Listen, people are a resource, and you need to use that resource, because resources are valuable. I actually know what you're talking about, Blizzard Snow. There's a whole term for that, which I can't remember right now. Which I don't want to do. And also doesn't work for VODs. Well, since I have no idea who those people are, Tara, Wait, you mean football? Oh, Arsenal, 100%. Sorry, I saw League, and I thought League of Legends automatically. Yeah, no, Arsenal. Go Arsenal. Let me double check. We should be swept, though. Yep, we've been pretty thorough. Yeah, these are just stormtroopers. Ah! Let's go ahead and save here. Listen, Von Vaughn. Listen. Where's the World Cup being hosted this year? Because last year was already bad enough. I think it was last year. It was last year or the year before. Time is weird, okay? What do you want from me? Oh, the USA. Oh, God, why? Why would you ever host that here? Now, especially. Yeah, I wasn't going to comment on the fact that we are... I mean, look, it even is right in his eyes. You can see it glaring here. Yeah, no, this is for the player. Was it 4 years ago? That's the one I'm thinking of. The one that was so overtly human rights violation that they weren't even trying to hide it.
My friend, in the rotation since I left Bogano, I've uncovered more about the Zepho than I once believed possible.
So I was right, I was just wrong. It wasn't last year, it was the previous one, which is what I was thinking it was. 1 second. So I can go over there. Looks like I actually can't go this way. Let me 100% check that, but I'm pretty sure this is a dead end right now. Yep, okay. Listen, Terry, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. We like torturing and murdering people over here. As every single one of my viewers who left my show because of the fact that I said if you like torturing and murdering, get off my channel. And they got off my channel. So, look at that what you will. Yeah, exactly, Wolverine. Yeah, fresh reminder. Fuck ice.
Hey!
One of my favorite defenses on that. And I'm only going to say this once, because it just was brought up. Yeah, they haven't been in the news lately because they've been quiet. Speaking of, some people said, oh, you just listen to the news too much. I don't listen to the news at all. I know people in Minnesota. Personally. So every time someone was like, oh, you're just getting fake news about that, I just was like, okay. Sure. Is that it? Do we fix something? Nope, we're good. God, I love this map. I hate to gush about this thing again. It is so readable. Look at that. Do you know how hard this is to make it readable? I gushed about this last time, but it really bears repeating. Watch this, okay? I'm going to zoom in a little bit. See this cliff wall here? It's all shaded here. And it's very clearly, there's nothing here, right? Over on this side, it's all lit up, conveying the exact same thing. No matter what angle you're looking at it, something is being done in order to convey the fact that that is not something you're supposed to care about. And it's doing a couple of other little smart things too, like periodically it'll fade something in or out more, or change the shading or lighting on it just a little bit to make sure that you can see what you're looking at. Yeah, exactly. You want to do a blue interface? The fact that this is almost all blue and it's still very readable is fantastic. And harder to do than it sounds. I say almost because, again, nice big objective marker like that. That is a nope. You cannot access this yet. Do not try to. Yellow? You haven't been here yet. And I love this, by the way. Super Metroid did a much worse version of this. This right here means this is where you haven't been that you know you can go. It's guidance, but very, very simply. So, hey, that's cool. There's us, of course. There's doors that are available, which will turn up as green. We don't see those yet, but they're there. Save points are marked, just like that. And in later levels, we can go up or down, and you get the general idea. And, of course, it's all, again, it's all parsable. We can tell that that's a thing where we have to go across the bar, and then we go over here, and we climb up that ledge, and we go over there. You get the idea. Dread did this, too. And, yeah, Dread... Modern games just crush it. I shouldn't say it that way. There are several modern games that just crush it when it comes to map design, and it's just so good. Taking the ideas of Metroid Prime and just running with them.
What the?
Hi. You can... Cal! Okay. Aw. Well, I hope you at least have fun with golf, Immortal Slime. And I appreciate you very much, as I always do. Thank you very, very much. And I will jot that down for Trails, and Jedi. Give me a moment here. Can someone do me a favor? And check the spreadsheet, which is the up-to-date sheet. The who's put money towards what. What are the numbers right now? Like, how... what percent is Jedi Survivor at? Because that should be up-to-date as of... Wah! Like, yesterday. I mean, that's normal, Adam Ciuta. In my experience, not only does this kind of a thing... Hang on one second. Nope, way too early. Not only is this, you know, a thing that is related to it, and people like to do things in pairs like that. 60%, thank you. But yeah, more importantly, you're reminded of it. There's a lot of games on the list, and, like, you kind of can't keep track. Even I can't keep track of all of them, and I maintained the damn list. I am actually looking forward to Jedi Survivor.
Looks like a problem.
Don't know what to make of it. I've heard really bad things consistently. Hopeful that that's all exaggerated.
Got a scan?
Yeah, I can update this site today if I really wanted to just have it.
Well done.
But you get the idea. Yeah, a week comes by, something else shows up. 74%, that's really funded. That's pretty close. Ooh, nice. Oh yeah, this area. I actually have a highlight reel from this area as someone... This is when we introduced two rocket troopers.
The quality of my posture and aim doesn't surprise me. Rations at this posting are terrible. I'm just saying it's not my fault if I miss a target.
Jedi is here. I'm taking point on covering down. Get up there. Whole squad is down.
Let's see if I can make him do it again. Come on. Come on. I'm right here. Come on. Come on. I'm right here. Come on. You can do it. Yes, littlest one. Why do you want to be with me? But why?
Because I love you.
Well, I love you too, but the real reason's because you're bored, isn't it? I'm sorry. Come here. You don't have to come here. That's okay. Hi. I headbutt you. No, come back. Come on. Please do it. Come on. Please. Please. Well, he got himself too. I got what I wanted, sort of. How did you sneak through? How are you so sneaky? Alright, where do you go? Where you at, baby? Where you at? Where you at? I lost you. I lost you. Ah! Alright, how do we get past this? How are we gonna get past this? Baby. Look, look, look. How do we get past this? What do we do? We have to get across, but it's moving so fast. I don't think we can do it as it is. Any ideas?
Not go here.
Well, we have to go here, I think. Yeah. How about we slow him down a bit? How's that sound? I think we can slow down again. Gotta be careful. Oh no, I did it wrong! No! No! Run!
It's another one of those.
Why are there so many of these? Did you put all these here?
No. I'm really not.
Oh, that was probably too early. We're gonna make it work! Oh, Jesus.
So I play Pikmin?
Well, I can't play Pikmin right now. I'm currently working.
So I know. Go play Pikmin 4 when Yoda gets home and when you're...
Yes, we can play Pikmin when she gets home. Sorry, I'm a little concentrating because I'm very low on health.
You be that...
Oh my gosh, okay. A little low on health. And there's my save point. There's my destination right there. I need to get through 3 more stormtroopers. If I had a gun, I might be able to manage this. No, I don't have a gun. That's the problem. Is this like a shortcut at least? Yes. I'll take a shortcut. That's probably going to help in a second when I die, because that's what's about to happen.
Check it out.
Yeah, can I grab that rocket launcher and, you know, use it? Cal. Cal! I'm a Jedi! I don't... Okay, whatever. Oh, I let one get through. I got 2 get through, but they're dead. Oh my gosh.
I wanna be on the bed.
Okay, you can be on the bed. Oh my god. I can't believe that worked. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay.
Two. You will have 2.
Where's that stupid save point? Oh god, where's the save point? I don't know where I have 2. I don't know what you're talking about.
Watch out, he's moving! Touch this!
Ah!
Already!
And we're dead. Alright, what? What do I have 2 of? What? 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 I have 4 of them, actually. Do you see the other one right there?
Yeah.
And then I've got one over there.
Yeah.
I have 4 of them.
Can I see the plan?
Okay, hang on. Give me a second, and I will show you the plan. Hang on. Let me just...
Waiting.
You are literally waiting. That is true. And then I will... It is. Like I said, we need to get more soil soon. It's running out. It's running dry. I'll put that there for right now. Okay, what was I talking
Get more water.
about? Do I have any skill points right now? I guess I don't, because I think I just lost them all. Yeah, okay. So which plans am I going to do? I went to Dathomir, and here. The eldest played Pikmin very briefly and then stopped. Very sad. They don't like to hang out with their uncle anymore. Their uncle is worthless. Disgusting and pathetic. You found the 4th one? Good. I'm not sure if that's a good place for it, but that's where it's sitting right now. I was actually thinking about moving it over here. Do you think I should move it over here?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that later, though, because it's kind of hard to reach back there.
Make a window.
We can. Well, hello.
I'm firing!
Alright, I'll help you guys. Frickin' stormtroopers, am I right? But yes, we have recently reached stage 4 on Pikmin 4, if you happen to know what that means. If you don't worry about it, but...
This is Pikmin 4. When Unicorns can we play it? Yeah.
Maybe.
We have 100 Pikmin.
Maybe.
It will take forever.
It will take a long time, because we were having a really hard time with that night stage, weren't we? Spoilers.
And if we have 100 Pikmin, and we will lose none.
I think I'm
It's
done.
true. I think I'm done. I mean, at least he's realistic, right? Was that guy up top the one who got the killing blow? That's actually really funny. I love that. You're mine, Jedi. And then I chopped his head off. What? No lap.
Please.
You're gonna kill me, you know that?
Am I gonna kill you?
Because you...
Are the cutest kid ever?
Yes. And cuteness is very toxic, you see.
No, it isn't.
No, it isn't. Okay, let's go get the save point I was trying to get to begin with.
It's not.
It was right here, too. I was right here. Isn't that always the way?
Cuteness is not toxic.
Okay. Well, I have a skill tree. Can I have... I'm almost maxed on the tree right now. Let's go and grab that. Never gonna use it, but it's literally something. What are you doing?
I just wanted to be scoop.
Alright, do you think we can defeat the door? The most terrifying enemy of all.
What door?
This door over here. We have to get past this door. Do you see it?
Yeah.
It's so powerful, though. I don't think we can get through it. I think it's colored red, which means we can't go through it right now. Let's see if there's anything this way.
See, that's the entrance.
Well, let's find out. Oh, I know where this goes.
There's a transport ship leaving the Empire's base.
I heard. They plan to bring several artifacts to Coruscant.
Does that mean?
What is that?
Maybe.
Is it trying to kill you?
Nope, it's just a ship. It's a transport ship. Do you see?
You gotta get transferred.
Yep, you get. Yeah, I need to paint the door yellow so I can go through it. Love the ships in Star Wars, as always.
There's still no results. I don't know what's gonna happen to us. Stop your worrying.
Are you playing Star Wars? Are you playing Star Wars?
What?
Are you playing Star Wars?
Yeah, I'm playing Star Wars. I've been playing Star Wars this whole time. I thought you knew that. I mean, it's a kit bash, Dakota.
I knew that.
Villager was wounded.
It's another door.
Trooper.
Let's see if it's good.
Yeah, let me go check something. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yep. Excuse me.
There.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
We'll have to do that.
Oh, let's scan this guy really quick. We've always got to scan. Okay, now, you're going to have to bow with me because you're in my lap. Okay, you ready? So first we bow to Itri. Thank you, Itri, for the sub. Always appreciate it. I'll jot that down in a second. And then, thank you very, very much, Riplinger. Always appreciate you, and I'll jot that down in a second. I've got a kid in my lap. I can't look. I will go check, I swear. As long as you put a message in, I'll be able to get it later. Thank you very much. And hopefully you put it towards 3 things. Oh no, look, it's a guy. What do we do?
I'm falling right now. I'm falling.
Don't fall. Don't fall!
I'm
You
not
okay?
falling.
Okay, good. Now let's see if we can get across this here. Notice we've already had some decent enemy variety, even in the first stage. I do appreciate when games remember that stormtroopers are more than just guys with... I can't remember the name of the gun. Oh, I'm losing my cred. There's a specific name of the terrible automatic rifle they use. Anyways, the E1's the web. No, they have a repeater, and it's a terrible gun. I forget what it is. Is it the E11?
Come back here. So what was in there?
I'm starting it off.
Are we gonna be okay?
Starting this over.
Okay, that's fine. You can do that. You are allowed. A, right. Sorry, I just stalled. Like, B is just gonna jump. Yeah, A. A makes me drop. Thanks, game. Good. Doing that. Well, thankfully, they're not gonna do another slide level. I can do it. I can do it. Okay, it's... Okay, fine. I give up. Fine. You win, game. You win. Oh no, this is not a bad guy. What do we do?
Defeat it.
Okay.
They were creepy.
It's okay. We sliced them in half. They're okay now. They're sleeping.
What?
No, I want to put
Thanks, BD1. Way
Way
too close.
We've been picking floor.
And now we're blind. You know, that would actually be really useful, especially for a game like this. Just sit there at low health.
Yeah, Skunk has got in his quarters somehow. Nearly blew him up. Rumor has it someone put it there on purpose.
We put them to sleep with killness.
Yes, we put them to sleep with killness.
In accordance with the Emperor's will, we've occupied Zepho, redistributing its inhabitants. This planet has failed to yield significant data or relics for Project Augur. Its electromagnetic winds have rendered the bulk of our mining technology useless. Meanwhile, more stormtroopers lose their lives to dangerous fauna. We will not be able to fulfill our directive here. It is my recommendation that we disband the project and leave a token outpost to keep scavengers from stealing our technology.
I got
You did it.
Pikmin 4.
That's not Pikmin 4, silly.
Found the target! Yep.
Congratulations.
He's hurt. Let's end him. Okay, I got this.
Oh my god, he actually got me. He actually got me. Oh my gosh. Alright, down. Down. Yeah.
We're gonna do Pikmin.
No.
We're gonna do Demi Go. Demi Go. Demi Go. Demi Go. Demi Go.
I'm gonna chop off for lunch early.
Demi